Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mothers and fathers, aunts and uncles and cousins, of course, and mops and pops, or if you prefer, grandmothers and grandfathers, and baseball fans everywhere, welcome to Day 6 of the Valley Baseball League's 2020 season. Guess what, folks? I don't care what you see out your window right now, but it is raining in the Valley. Yeah. So for anybody who's been through our season, it's a lot like dodging bullets. Poor John Leonard, I can't tell you how many times, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. You see the clouds moving in. The teams are already started their trips to wherever, especially painful if they're on their way to Covington. And all of a sudden, the text messages start popping in. Ding, 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 ding. Rain out, rain out. And then we're scrambling around making sure that we get the notice popped up on the all the distribution lists so everybody knows before they get to the game. Anyway, we had 3 rainouts that night. But there was still baseball to be had. And if there's baseball to be had, we're on it trying to find you the best games. So please say hi to Jordan Simmel.
Fans?
And say hi to Aaron Summers.
Hi, it's me. This is my current situation.
Oh, yeah.
But not for you guys. You guys get baseball tonight. So saying hi, and we're going to tease some awesome games.
Yeah, Erin's joining us from Raleigh, North Carolina for all of this, and it's been a miserable day down there. So her heart goes out to all you people who were rained out last year on Day 6. That's this many of the Valley Baseball League. And, we had 2 games on tap. Jordan, why don't you tee up the game we're going to see, and then Aaron, you're going to tell us about the one game we're not. Jordan, give us a teaser. What should we be looking for?
Graham, Aaron, we have a fantastic ball game today. I know with both of you being sports fans, neither one of you are going to turn away from a game that is back and forth, competitive from first pitch to final out. This game had that. There was no clear advantage for either ball club in this game, and this is a great matchup between the Front Royal Cardinals and the Newmarket Rebels. This is the defending champions going in and playing a Front Royal team that just gave it their all in this one. We've got 11 total runs, 16 total hits, a very crucial at-bat RBI that came from Trey Fields, who was our hitter of the ball game, hitter of the day, actually. When there's only 2 games, if you have a performance like this, hitter of the day might be a little easier to come by. But he went 4 for 5 in this ball game, an 800 average. And as we said, there's an RBI that was very decisive to the end of this ball game. But let me tell you what, when you go from we have a lead, 1 run, now we're tied. There's a 3 back and forth, guys. I love back and forth baseball games, and I can't wait for this one. Out of every game that I've looked at the footage of, rewatched for whatever stats I can find, this one has gotten me on the edge of my seat by far more than some of these others. I'm ready.
Yeah, well, let's just define back and forth baseball, because that's the first time I've heard that term as we've been teeing up these games. And you're talking to a guy who's spent almost a month now going through games, trying to figure out, what games can we replay? Why should we be watching them? What can we say about them? So when he's coming to you and saying on Day 6, you've got some good back and forth baseball, drop everything and watch what we're going to show you in about 5 minutes or so. All right, Aaron. Yep, that's it. Watch. So for all you guys, sorry, as a small personal side note, I used to work with horses, and you guys all know the horses with the blinders on. That wants to be you tonight. Horses with the blinders on, checking out the Front Royal Cardinals and the Newmarket Rebels game. But hey, real quick, what's the other game we're going to not see tonight, Aaron?
Well, I'm going to give you another reason to watch tonight, and that's because the hitter of the day is from that game. On the Front Royal side, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but watch and see if you can pick out who the hitter of the day would have been if it was you voting. And then you can check the website later and check and see if you were right. The other game, I'm going to say maybe had a little more offense. I know Jordan said that there were 11 runs in his game, but there were 12 in mine. Charlottesville won 9-3 over Covington, and the Tom Sox have been on quite a roll. They've scored 39 runs in the past 3 games. In this one, they had 11 hits, 2 hit by pitches, and 5 walks against only 4 strikeouts. So there was a lot of different things happening in this game. And I think we're seeing quite the trend for Charlottesville yet. They really like to hit. Lucky for Charlottesville, they also have some pitching. The pitcher of the day came from this game. It was Madison Furman. He had 4 innings in his start. He allowed 4 hits, only 1 earned run, and didn't walk anybody. He struck out 5. So that was a good game. But for you guys, you have Front Royal and New Market, that back and forth affair that Jordan teed up for us so nicely.
Yeah, and given the horse reference I just gave, put those blinders on. Guess what time it is? Giddy up.
Welcome to Rebel Park at the corner of Dixie Lane and John Sevier Road in New Market, Virginia, in the heart of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. It's Wednesday, June 5th. On behalf of the Valley Baseball League and the New Market Rebels, welcome to this live stream. We are also coming to you through Stretch Internet Audio live stream. Find the link on the Rebels webpage or at the Valley League webpage under Listen, Watch, and click Listen. Tonight, the defending Valley League champion Rebels host a North Division rival, the Front Royal Cardinals. I'm your webcaster, Dennis Atwood, and I'm joined by my associate, Nathan Zulig.
This live stream is brought to you by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. And by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection. The new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want.
It's Game 4 of the Rebels 2019 season. We've already had our first rainout. Sunday's home game versus Winchester was washed out and is rescheduled for June 17th. And speaking of rainouts, there's only one other game being played tonight in the Valley League. That is Covington at Charlottesville. Covington at Charlottesville. So got two of the 5 games were able to make it through the rains. The Rebels are 1-2 following an 8-3 loss at Woodstock last night. And this is the first of 5 head-to-head matchups with the Cardinals, who are 1-3. Last year, the Rebels and Cardinals finished the regular season with identical 24-18 records, but Front Royal held the head-to-head advantage 3-2, so we're seeded number 2 for the playoffs, and the Rebels were number 3. No problem, however, as the Cardinals were the Rebels' first playoff victims, as New Market executed the 2-0 sweep, as it did in the next 2 rounds, to earn the VBL championship for the first time since 2002, finishing the year on a 13-game winning streak. The Major League Draft got underway on Monday, and it's one of the, if not the, biggest stories every year in the Valley League, the gateway to the majors. Several former Rebels have been drafted this year, and we're still getting the information coming in. We'll give you the details later. We're also aware of at least one Front Row Cardinals been drafted. We're coming up soon to give you your starting lineups, and so let's go ahead and do that. Nathan, if you're able to do the Cardinals starting lineup, we appreciate it.
Absolutely. So starting this evening for the Front Royal Cardinals, batting first, the shortstop, number 25, Steve Grober from Seton Hall. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 8, Trey Fields from South Florida State. Batting third in center field, number 9, Amir Wright from St. Leo College. Batting fourth in left field, number 20, Mason Nadeau from Penn State. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 4, Carson Bell from James Madison University, just down the road. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 3, Easton Waterman from Point Loma Nazarene University. Batting seventh at first base, number 30, Levi Leisenring from South Carolina Aiken. Batting eighth at third base, number 2, Matt Cedarberg from Central Florida. And batting ninth in right field, number 14, David Willis, also from just down the road at James Madison University. And starting on the mound for the Cardinals this evening, number 22, Kyle Turner from Young Harris College.
Thank you, Nathan. Again, just the last names, the batting order for the Cardinals: Grober, Fields, Wright, Nadeau, Bell, Waterman, Weissenberg, Cedarburg, Willis. Now the starting lineup for your home standing in Newmarket Rebels. Batting first, number 23, playing center field, Jonah Seegers. He's from Virginia Tech. Batting second, playing second base, Noah Bailey. He's wearing number 9. He's from Northwest Florida State. Batting third and doing our catching tonight, number 5, Giovanni Lorenzo. He's from the State College of Florida. Cleanup batter tonight for the Rebels, playing first base, wearing number 25, Brady Haryu. He's from JMU. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 14, from William and Mary, Hunter Hart. Batting sixth for the Rebels, playing right field from Eastern Florida State, Alvaro Valdez. Number 7 is our DH, number 36, J.R. Pollock from St. Andrews Presbyterian. We pause now for our national anthem. Our national anthem, sung in person tonight, as she has done for many years, by Tacey Hawkins. Resuming their Newmarket Rebels lineup, let's repeat in the 7th spot, number 36, our designated hitter from St. Andrews Presbyterian, J.R. Pollock. In the 8th spot, playing shortstop, wearing number 2 from Palm Beach Atlantic College, Roman Machado. And in the 9th spot, our left fielder from Appalachian State University, Kyle Decker. Getting the start tonight for the Rebels, Jordan Flanders from the Citadel. Again, your Rebels, just in order: Seegers, Bailey, Lorenzo, Haryu, Art, Valdez, Pollock, Machado, and Decker. And we've had a rain out already here last Sunday. Stand by 1 second. We got an issue. Beg your pardon, we wanted to make sure our technology was all set up correctly here at Rebel Park. So, Seegers, Bailey, Lorenzo, Haryu, Hart, Valdez, Pollock, Machado, and Decker for your Rebels. So the Rebel Park dimensions are 322 down each fair line. Straightaway center is 367. Straightaway right is 345. And almost straightaway left is 381. The biggest poke is under our scoreboard there in left center. That's 385. I need to mention also that Rebel Park is considered one of the most picturesque settings for baseball in the region. You can see Massanutten Mountain to our east in the background, and is also the home of the Valley League Hall of Fame, which is under construction.
So as Dennis said, the Rebel Park is also the home of the Valley League Hall of Fame. The Rebels president and general manager and the league commissioner was elected to the 2019 class of the Valley League Hall of Fame. We'll have Bruce's bio and those of the other members of the class of 2019 later in the webcast.
I should have. Excuse me, Nathan. That's Bruce Alger, and you read it exactly like I read it. It's Mr. Alger. Thank you, Nathan.
So our current weather here from beautiful Rebel Park. 71 degrees, a little bit cloudy overhead. Storms seem to be pushing through earlier in the day, but the radar has cleared up a little bit and pushed back our start due to that. And hopefully we'll be able to get this game in without any issues.
We did post on Facebook earlier that the game start time was delayed until 8 p.m. It looks like we're going to meet that. And as we said, also, the only other game being played tonight is Covington at Charlottesville, where it is bottom of the third, and the Tom Sox are up 3-1. Last year, there was a tremendous amount of rain in the Shenandoah Valley, and rough count of the throughout the season, we accumulated 42 rainouts and reschedules. We're reconfiguring some of our gear here, folks. So we're about to have our first pitch. Of course, lights have been on here at Rebel Park for a while as it was overcast. And folks are deterred by the rain, I'm sure. We won't mention how many folks are in the Cardinals stands. There's a moderate crowd here for the Rebels. Now, I want you to understand, folks, if you're new to Valley League Baseball, this is college wooden bat summer league, 42 games in 56 days. Guys from colleges all over the place, everything from D1 down to junior college, seeking to improve their skills. And we'll give you some draft information a little bit later. Rebels catcher Giovanni Lorenzo, a little late getting his gear on. He's now getting on the scene. So our pitcher, Jordan Flanders, is now ready to do a few tosses up there. It was not a happy time last night for the Rebels in Woodstock. We'll give you some of those details in a little while, but we've had 2 visits to Woodstock this year, just to our north, and we had a 4-1 lead going to the bottom of the 9th first time and gave up the 4 to them for a 5-4 loss. And last night they had a big outburst at the bottom of the 6th inning to overcome our 3-2 lead. So we are 0-2 so far against Woodstock, but we don't see them up there again until about July 24th, and they're going to play here twice before that. The head-to-head competition, which we do in the North Division either 5 or 6 times with the North Division teams, is important when it comes down to a tiebreaker. If playoff qualifying, as I mentioned, Front Royal had the tiebreaker last year, so they were the 2 seed. We both had 24-18 records. But again, the Rebels finished out the last 6 games of their 13-game winning streak to win the championship by sweeping the playoffs. We're about ready for our first pitch. As we have some, give a quick bio on Mr. Flanders before we get into the Front Royal lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jordan Flanders starting on the mound for the Rebels this evening from North Augusta, South Carolina. Attends the Citadel. Beautiful college down there. 6'3", 218 pounds. Pitched 41.2 innings this spring for an ERA of 5.4. Appeared in 16 games with 7 starts.
Thank you, Nathan. So first up now for the Cardinals is your shortstop, Stephen Grober. First pitch of the game is a tapper just in front of the mound. Big hop, but Flanders has an underhand toss for the 1-3. 1 pitch, 1 out so far. Coming up to the plate now for the Cardinals, your designated hitter, Trey Fields. Now, that's fascinating because we've got 3 outfields. I don't know if he ever plays outfield, but Trey Fields, that's a pretty good baseball name. A lefty batter. We got any data on Trey Fields?
He's actually listed as a switch-hitting batter.
Ooh.
A sophomore from South Florida State, 5'10", 185 pounds, listed on the roster as a pitcher.
They do that sometimes in the league. There's utility guys. So Flanders is going to deliver to him. Here is a pitch low, 0-1. Excuse me, 1-0. On deck is Amir Wright. We're going to say the rain's going to continue to hold off here. We did catch a break as compared to some of the other locations in the valley. There's another similar bouncer, but it went foul. I wonder what that tells us about Flanders' pitches, that 2 guys had just tapped him at the plate. It must have some sink on it, or it's hard to read it.
It certainly must. Definitely getting on top of the ball.
1-1 now on the lefty batting fields. Again, if you're not familiar with the geography of the Valley League, Purcellville at the north, over to Winchester, down through Shenandoah County. Next pitch is out to left. It's going to drop in front of our left fielder, a looping liner. So a single to left for Trey Fields. Next up comes Amir Wright. At any rate, the anchor and southerly on the Valley League are Charlottesville to the east and Covington to the west. Here's Amir Wright.
Amir Wright from Griffith, Indiana, 5'11", 185 pounds. Lefty from St. Leo College.
Okay, the Cardinals have one guy on and one guy out here, just underway at Rebel Park. Nice breaking ball, looked pretty high quality, but called the ball. Front Royal plays its home games at Bing Crosby Stadium. Very nicely structured facility, and indeed, yes, the crooner Bing Crosby did help fund that in the late 50s. So being held on at first by Haryu is Fields, who has singled. Swing and a miss, nice low and inside corner. Pitch there by Flanders. 1-1 on deck. Mason Nadeau, N-A-D-E-A-U. They're giving it the French pronunciation. Thanks for joining us. If you found us on the Facebook live stream, another strike, an off-speed pitch. Nice changeup, I'm going to call that. 1-2. If you're watching, please check in on comments. Let us know where you're from and who you might be rooting for, team and player. We'd appreciate that. Next pitch from Flanders, inside but swung at, so swinging strikeout for the second out of the inning. Brings to the plate Mason Nadeau, the left fielder.
Nadeau from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, 5'10", 180 pounds, throws right-handed, bats left-handed, attends Penn State University.
Third left-handed batter in a row for the Cardinals. We got two outs. One guy on first is Trey Fields, who hit a looping liner single toward the third base line in left field. This pitch is outside for a ball, and our catcher Lorenzo cocked his arm like he was going to try to throw down to first, but held on to it. On deck now is Carson Bell for the Cardinals. We are in a residential area. Sometimes you'll hear dogs barking in our background. We broadcast from outdoors. Pitch is further outside. 2-0. The outfield fence is made of 4x8 plywood, therefore from the fair lines toward the center of each field, it's 4 feet high, so that you can see who's warming up in the bullpen. The rest of it's 8 feet high. Flanders is set. This pitch is popped, skied near the plate. Don't know if it's playable for Giovanni Lorenzo, but it comes back just in front of the concession stand and bounces harmlessly. And the young man makes a nice rolling play off the roof. I'd say that was a roof assist on that.
It certainly was. That one skied over this large net here in front of us and dropped down right in front of the concession stand.
So 2-1 as Nadeau stepped out of the box. Now he's back in, conventional stance, and almost the middle of the box both ways. We've seen a lot of guys crowd the plate here this year so far. Well, this is only our second home game. Haven't seen a lot of guys. Pitch is outside, 3-1. So our season opener was here last Friday. It was drizzly. We stayed inside the Game Information Center, but it was 10 innings, and the Rebels won with a bases-loaded wild pitch.
Definitely an exciting finish.
That was against Strasburg, the Express. Next pitch from Flanders is a tapper just fouled down the first base line. Again, Shenandoah County, in which we are located. We're on the southern end of Shenandoah County, and the Shenandoah Valley is the only county in the league with 3 teams. The Rebels here, then you go up to the middle of the county, the Woodstock River Bandits, and at the northern end, the Strasburg Express. 3-2 count now. and a tapper, another tapper. Interesting how Flanders takes a funny hop. And the guy is trying to go to third, and he's out. So interesting that Fields, instead of staying at second, he tried to get over to third, and that's the force out there, which I think was 4-5. Did you see it?
That one was a 6-5.
6-5, thank you.
On the tag there.
All right. So,
Machado.
An unusual way to have the inning end. So, there were no runs, one hit, no errors, and one guy left. The fielder's choice situation for the Cardinals.
Nadeau's hit there. You almost got to credit him a single on that one, as he had reached the base, and about the time he reached the base, Machado turned to check the runner, and
we'll check the
Fields
scoring on that. Very good technicality there, Nathan. So we're off to the bottom of the first here at Rebel Park. Welcome again to our webcast. The weather is holding for us. Again, due up for your Newmarket Rebels, and we'll try to check in on that official scoring. Fielder's choice or base hit. It has to do, like you say, the timing of the play, Nathan. So your first three guys up for the Rebels will be Jonah Seegers, Noah Bailey, and Giovanni Lorenzo. And Mr. Rapid Fingers on his computer, Nathan's going to find this before I get to it. As long as we get the info, that's what counts.
Yep, so they do, they're crediting Nadeau with the single there, and then the 6-5 tagging Trey Fields at third for the final out.
So the second hit is a single to short. So change that summary to no runs on 2 hits. And the force out on the over-ambitious attempt to take third base by Trey Fields. So our starting pitcher for the Cardinals is Kyle Turner. He looks to be a solidly built young man.
Yes, he is, from Griffin, Georgia, listed at 6'4", 245 pounds. Throws right-handed. Young Harris College.
Not that I have a database of a lot of the physiology of Major League pitchers, but I'm remembering Carlos Zambrano. You think there might be a similarity there?
Who knows?
Well, I'm guessing. So we got Jonah Seegers. Maybe got some numbers on him for us from college. I'm sorry I caught you with a different screen. Righty batter, righty pitcher.
No, you are absolutely fine. Seegers, a sophomore Virginia Tech from Gainesville, Florida, 5'10", 185. Appeared in 32 games this spring, batted .235.
He also has mostly a conventional stance, very slightly open stance. First pitch is right down the middle, fastball, 0-1. First on deck is Noah Bailey for the Rebels. Next pitch is way outside. So we have any league stats? Do you want to find them for Mr. Seegers, how he's doing at the plate so far? Very young season. This is only Rebels' fourth game, excuse me. Next pitch is a strike. It's 1-2.
Is Seegers has yet to get a hit.
Fastball low and away, 2-2.
So has no hits, only listed for 3 at-bats.
That's fine. Early in the season, it's hard to make any inferences, even if they have numbers. I like to wait until at least like 20 at-bats, maybe 12 innings pitched. It's 2-2 on him.
He has reached on 2 walks, though.
All right. Another pitch outside, full count already for your Cardinals starter, Kyle Turner. And the next pitch, also outside. He's having a little trouble getting the ball over the plate. There's a walk, and that'll be the first walk of the game by either pitcher.
And Seegers' 3rd walk of the season.
All right, here's lefty batter Noah Bailey.
Yep.
There for the Rebels with the guy on and no outs.
Bailey from Niceville, Florida, 5'11", 185 pounds, Northwest Florida State College, batted .322 this spring.
Pitch is low and inside, and being a lefty batter to some of the same spot to which Turner was missing on the righties. 1-0. Being held on at first, of course, is Seager by Ring. It's a generous call, another inside pitch, but he gets a strike call. It's calm, and the most important thing is it's dry. If you throw it to first, back easily is Seager's. A little bigger lead this time, and that pitch is outside. 2-1. Got additional cables being employed here as our high-tech operation. Swing and a miss on a change-up as this Valley Baseball League video initiative is unfolding in enhanced mode. Headed up by Isomer Media. And I don't know if Graham Knight's going fishing or he's going to connect some other equipment here tonight. There's a tapper over the pitcher. This might end up being a hit, and he calls him out after a long look. Well, okay, well, that's going to be a 1-3 on a interesting call. Sure, right, Noah Bailey, his foot was beyond the bag, but that's just our perspective. Then advances Seegers to second. Here comes Giovanni Lorenzo, batting in the third spot for the Rebels.
Lorenzo from Fort Myers, Florida, 5'10", 190 pounds, batted .319 this spring, playing in 59 games.
319 is pretty good average almost anywhere. The home plate umpire is making a note about something. Giovanni Lorenzo is in the lineup as the third batter. So I don't know what that note would have been about. So the Rebels have a guy on second, one out here in the bottom of the second. No score yet at Rebel Park. Front Royal visiting. From the stretch comes Turner. Pretty good lead out there by Seegers. It worries Turner to the extent he has to step off. More people showing the Rebels stands. Slightly open stance by Lorenzo, left-handed batter. Bat straight up in the air. Fastball's foul down the first base side. So here come the Cardinals in predominantly gray uniforms with white lettering, a little bit of red showing, and they have the what the Rebels would not do is have the long trousers down the ankles. Rebels got their blue stirrup socks like usual. Count is 0-1 on Lorenzo. He fouls off a pitch that looked like it was going to be outside, but a nice protect the plate poke there down the left side by Lorenzo. On deck is Brady. Are you? In the middle bit, we'll give you the details. We had time to document. There's probably more information we haven't been able to access on the Major League Draft. It's pretty much winding up, but we have lots of drafted Rebels to tell you about. Next pitch, way outside. It's a 1-2. Again, the, if you will, the motto for the Valley League is Gateway to the Majors, and this is when it pays off. Major League Draft time.
Certainly does, and that motto rang true over the last several years.
Next pitch from Turner is about to be delivered, being very deliberate. There's a tapper out to second. Routine grounder. There's the 4-3. But the moves Seegers over to third. 2 down. Rebels have a guy in primo scoring position for the opportunity of Brady Haryu. Well, I just want to tell at least one game for Brady Haryu. It was our first game at Woodstock. He had 2 of the 3 Rebel hits, a 2-run homer and an RBI double accounted for all our runs. We were leading a 4-1 going into the 9th, and we lost that one. It's a curveball that came broke low. It's 1-0. So what's Brady got overall, Nathan?
So overall this season, in our young season, Brady's batting .250.
Tapper back behind the plate. It's 1-1.
Mr. Haryu batting .250 and 12 at-bats. Has crossed the plate himself once, has 1 double, 1 home run, and 4 RBIs, 2 walks.
Thank you so much. Big production output there. Our first visit to Woodstock. Pitch is low and away. 2-1. I'm recollecting now. We want to make sure folks know. Thank you. Nathan Zulig is with us from James Madison University as an intern. He does a lot of game location, public address announcing. So he's seen Brady Haryu a lot. There's a curveball fouled back out of play. And my recollection, and Nathan can fill in some more, for JMU Dukes, Brady led the team with 9 home runs.
He did lead the team with 9 home runs and 43 RBIs as well, and certainly had a little bit of power. Legged out 9 doubles and had a slugging percentage of .469 this spring.
There you go. Lots of good info. Baseball, the statistician's dream sport. 2-2 pitch, low and away, 3-2. 6-4 or 6-5, depending on which source you want to look for. Brady comes in, I think, at 220.
Yep, listed at 6'4", 220, so not the biggest guy on the diamond tonight, though.
Swing and a miss, so he couldn't connect on that, and the Rebels strand the guy at third. No runs, 1 hit. No hits, excuse me, he walked. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We finished the first inning here at Rebel Park, and the score is 0-0. Let us begin with some of the draft selections, if we can, and there's a bunch to share. But let us save you some time and quickly mention that the number 1 source for tracking this kind of stuff as far as Valley League players is All Things Valley League. It's a blog spot. You go to allthingsvalleyleague.com. Now, each team is picking the information up also for their Facebook pages, but Mr. John Leonard has operated that blog spot since 2006. So a huge shout out and congratulations to former Rebels right-hand pitcher Nate Pavelchik, who was with us in 2016 and 2017 from Winthrop University, selected by the Chicago White Sox in the 10th round, overall number 290. And outfielder Brandon Parker, a 2018 Rebel at Mississippi Gulf Coast Junior College, taken by the Atlanta Braves, also in the 10th round, overall number 307. A Paso more Rebels information came through as their selections later in the day. 2018 Rebel Araj Anu went to the Boston Red Sox in the 16th round. Now we'll pause here with a little backstory. He was drafted at a high school by the same Red Sox in the, I think, 32nd round. So they remembered him and came back and grabbed him now a couple years later.
They proved they really wanted him.
So here we go for the Cardinals. At the top of the second, here's Carson. There's a foul ball outside the first baseline, 0-1.
And Carson Bell from Montrose, Virginia, 6'2", 200 pounds. Going to be a sophomore next year. Teammate of Rebels first baseman Brady Haryu at James Madison University.
Why not pick them nearby if you can? From a pretty good program, I'll say also. Comes the 0-1. Is a curveball, it stays outside. I would say it's more of a slider, excuse me. You need a little visual aid chart that has a 360-degree compass on it to help us distinguish sliders from cutters from curves.
Absolutely.
There's a nice fastball, which, in my humble opinion, maybe not so humble, but should have been called a strike, but it's 2-1. That's ball 2.
It did not miss the plate by much, that is for sure.
Mr. Diplomat gives us a codicil there. Thank you. There's a foul off to the left. 2-2 now. On deck with Justin Waterman for your Cardinals. Rebels home uniforms, the red jerseys with white lettering, white trousers, blue stirrup socks. There's just inside the third baseline behind the bag. Nice throw in first is in time for the 5-3 put out. Nice arm shown there by Hart. One down on 5-3.
Nice arm and a good little stretch there from Harju to make sure he snagged that ball out of the air before Bell could.
That 6'4" comes in handy.
It definitely did.
Here's Easton Waterman, your catcher for the Cardinals.
Waterman from Redding, California, 6 foot, 170 pounds, from Point Loma, Nazarene.
Pass, the ball must have. They say he went. Thank goodness, because that was a well-placed pitch. Home plate umpire was not going to make it a called strike, but they say he went, which that was also interesting. It's 0-1 for the record. Okay, he puts the pitch in the same location and gets the home plate umpire to give it the strike sign. 0-2 quickly. Waterman strikes me as a little bit of a thinner guy than most catchers would be. Doesn't mean he's not effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely not the big, stocky catcher that you seem to see a lot of the time anymore.
It's a 1-1 pitch, actually. So he did not get a strike call. First time I correct myself. Thank you. So it must be 2-1 now, as that was also a ball. Scoreboard's a little laggy here. So that might be the case for Waterman, that he's the unusual catcher that could steal a lot, but I haven't looked that up. Just an impression.
There's a miscommunication somewhere because the umpire just signaled for a 1-2 count.
Okay, we like it that we had 2 strikes, and he goes down looking, and everything caught up in a nice way for the Rebels. Thank you. They're 2 down. Here comes Levi Lysenring, your first baseman.
Lysenring from Golden, Colorado, 6'3", 205 pounds. So another big first baseman.
First pitch right up to the pitcher, and he's able to get his glove down on the left side of his body, being a righty, just in time for the 1-3 put out. So we want to say that Flanders can field his position, and it's a good thing that didn't have 2 more miles an hour on it. So 1, 2, 3 go down to Cardinals, so nothing for them, and we finish middle of the second with no score here at Rebel Park.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale, too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota.
Park, where we have the Front Royal Cardinals visiting the Rebels. We're into the bottom of the second inning. There is no score. There's been 1 base runner for Newmarket, a leadoff walk for Jonah Seegers, who the book says probably should have scored, but he was stranded at third. And for your Cardinals 3-2, you do have 2 singles, a single to left by Trey Fields and a single to short. But Fields took himself out of the action as he tried to go from second to third on the hit that was really over second base. He's thrown out as a 6-5 play. So up for the Rebels this inning, Hunter Hart, Alvaro Valdez, J.R. Pollock, and we hope more, but those are the first 3. So we got from Mr. Hart.
Hunter Hart playing third base here for the Rebels this evening from William and Mary. Beaver Dam, Virginia, 6'1", 208 pounds. That is 259.
Thank you. First pitch to him on the outer edge. Thank you for called strike. Slightly open stance. Just want to mention that from Mr. Park. Swing from this. 0-2. Again in the first inning, general observation is that Kyle Turner had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. There's a soft grounder outside the third baseline, which is the location I was just going to mention where he tended to be wide to the righties, inside the lefties. But Hart reached out and got it. Count holds 0-2.
Yeah, that little bit of control issue for Turner seems to maybe be a theme. Don't want to speak too early, but has pitched 3 innings so far this year and has walked.
There's a breaking ball that really kind of stayed inside, but it's called a strike, and Hart doesn't like it. Pretty easy sometimes to read a player's body language. Didn't say anything, but he waited and went on the huff. So called strikeout, second one of the game for Turner, and here comes Alvaro Valdez, lefty bat.
Turner wasted no time getting that pitch off. Valdez, 6'1", 200 pounds from Miami, Florida.
Want to know there's a big poke to right field. It might stay in the park, but it didn't, and there is an extra ball in the front row of Cardinals bullpen that they didn't take out there themselves. So there we go. Our first home run at Rebel Park this year is a 1-0 pitch knocked over the right field ball by Alvaro Valdez, and the Rebels take a 1-0 lead.
Valdez already matched his spring total for home runs. Only had 1 this spring, but he did have 17 doubles.
We were so glad he jumped on top of that stat. It sounded good off the bat, but it is a chilly and damp evening. We wanted to make sure it got out there. And it did. So here is J.R. Pollock. Pitches a called strike on the outer edge. So that traveled a little bit more than 322. We're going to give it 330. Another well-placed pitch this time by Turner of the outer edge, 0-2. We don't have StatCast here, but our own Splatcast. He swings at a pitch that is, well, if you saw it on Facebook, you saw how far outside it was, and I'd rather not describe it, so second strikeout of the inning, 2 down. And the exit velocity wasn't huge on Valdez's home run, but guess what? It was effective.
Yep. Definitely just a rising line drive out there.
Here's Ramon Machado, our shortstop.
Machado, 5'8", 168 pounds.
First pitch fouled off to the right, 0-9.
Tried to match Valdez on that.
Yeah, it's generally in that neighborhood.
Didn't quite straighten it out.
There's a nice breaking ball. Well done by Turner. Like a more than a slider. We're going to call that a curve. It's now. I'm not sure of the count. I've seen 3 pitches have my
1-2. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I've got to do it myself. The scoreboard is lagging. Pitch is low in the way, gets great sketchy. It's now 2-2. So they say hitting might be contagious, and the Rebels could use some of that contagion.
Certainly could. Machado just 1 of 11 at the plate so far this season.
Didn't mean to have that good of a lead in. But that thing worked that way. He pokes this out of 2 hopper to short, grabbed easily at a 6-3 put out. Ends the inning, but not before Mr. Alvaro Valdez stroked the home run into the Cardinals bullpen in right field to give the Rebels a lead. It's the hit at the inning. So we've completed 2 now here at Rebel Park, and it is Newmarket 1 for 1. This is Newmarket Rebels Baseball, Valley Baseball Network. Let's get back to the goodness of the Major League Draft. We told you about Rebels Nate Pavelchik and Brandon Parker being picked early. And then we had Raj Renew, went to the Boston Red Sox at 16th round. Again, right out of high school, they wanted him in the deep round, 32nd. And he was with us last year, of course. And we understand his mother encouraged him not to go at that time. Here we go again. Pitcher Reeves Martin, also a 2018, picked by Seattle in the 21st round.
2017 Rebels pitcher Kevin Pimentel went to the Rockies in the 28th round. Catcher Jake Washer, also a 2017 Rebel, was picked by the Cubs in the 29th round. 2016 Rebel pitcher Justin Crump from UNC Wilmington went to the San Francisco Giants in the 30th round. Congratulations also to former Front Royal Cardinal outfielder Dominic Canzone, 2017 Cardinal, picked in the 8th round, 242 overall by the Arizona Diamondbacks.
So huge congratulations to all these guys who have taken the huge next to final step, getting into the major game draft. Thank you. Okay, and we now have a 1-0 count to. We've got to catch up here. We're getting so much draft goodness. Here is Matt Cedarberg. Now 2-0 to him. He's batting in the number 8 spot. The third baseman.
Is Cedarberg, the third baseman from Fort Myers, Florida, 6 foot, 180 pounds, Central Florida.
Called strike. Again, there may be more former Front Royal Cardinals drafted and didn't get as good enough as that. Congratulations to Dominic Canzone. I remember watching him in action. Terrific hitter. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Again, please follow All Things Valley League by John Leonard on tracks. Valley League players current, hitters of the day, pitchers of the day, through their college playing
in just that.
Major League draft into Major League action. Swing on this. First out there for Flanders. And here comes to the plate your number 9 batter, Trip Willis.
So the right fielder for the Cardinals this evening played right field for James Madison this spring. Played about half the season as a freshman. 6'3", 210 pounds from Elkton, Maryland. And I do believe he likes to go by David rather than Trip.
Okay, same guy. Thank you for that. Nice pitch right down the middle fastball. 1-0 Rebels here. Top of the third. Another called strike. Excellent done. On Alvaro Valdez's solo home to the right. Flanders is ready. Does a conventional windup and very inside. No opportunity to get out of the way of that. So hit diving pitch. It's a free base and goes for the number 9 batter on the 0-2 count. Don't you kind of like not to see that on an 0-2 count?
Definitely tough for Flanders.
Back to the top of the order. Second time, Steve sees Flanders for the second time. He was out 1-3 in the first inning. 1 down, 1 on for the Cardinals.
Flanders did hit 7 batters this spring in his 41 innings.
Pitch is okay, outside edge, 0-1. Called strike. Semi-deliberate timing by Flanders on mound, and that is off to the second base. They scooped up. Don't think there's time for a double play. So Wise just turned and put out 4-3 as Trip Willis was really motoring down to second. I thought that was a wise play there.
Definitely the smart play. Definitely didn't have a play there at second to beat that runner.
Does advance Willis to second, of course. And here comes Trey Fields. The 2-out guy on second for the Cardinals. Lefty batter up. Pretty good lead over there, does Willis.
Fields 0 for 4 at the plate coming into this game, but got his first hit of the season in that first inning.
Looping saw Flanders to left. Nice breaking ball by Flanders. Called strike. So keep checking. We did have a couple rainouts already, and again, there's some tonight. There's one other game, Covington and Charlotte. One very nice block by catcher Lorenzo. Again, my tally, and I couldn't find my notes at home. There were 45 rainouts in the regular season last year. The playoffs were impacted, particularly in the South Division, where 3 days in a row we had to wait to finish one of the semifinals. And the final for the South Division was reduced from a best of 3 to a single game. 1-1 was a ground ball foul outside the first baseline, wherein Covington hosted Charlottesville. Covington had the overall best record in the league, but Charlottesville won that single game division championship. Of course, we took care of business at the end. Didn't matter what Charlottesville did to Covington. But I believe I mentioned that Alex Koffheimer, the coach for the Covington, was the coach of the year in the league. So having a 12-game turnaround, they won 12 more. There's a poke out to right field, well timed off a curveball. We've got to tell you that Fields timed that one well. So this game is tied up 1-1 on the RBI single to right by Fields. Home to Willis. So that hit by pitch with 2 strikes, which Tripp got came back to hurt the Rebels for sure. So here comes Emir Wright. He struck out. There's a called strike on him. Or was he swinging? I was making a notice.
It struck out swinging his first time.
Well, I meant that one right there.
Oh, that was called.
Oh, we got lucky. Yeah, struck out swinging in the first. Next pitch. Fastball he couldn't catch up with. It's 0-2. So we're knotted up here at the Rebel Park. Top of the third. LBI guy Trey Fields is on first, being held on by Hardy. Next pitch, another fastball. Why not? It worked once, so it worked twice. And that ain't even 3 pitches is all that took. Third out. So the Cardinals do pick up their first run. 1 hit. There's 1 out. We are in the middle of the third. And it is front row 1, Newmarket 1. This is Newmarket Rebels Baseball on the Valley Baseball League Network.
This live stream is brought to you by Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles and they're open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. In nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheetz near you. Sheetz, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection. The new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want.
We thank very much those sponsors, and I want to just add a personal endorsement that by the time our games end here, 10:30, he's leaving the area trouble. I'm so grateful that Sheetz is open 24 hours a day, and there's one right there in Mount Jackson, Virginia, on the highway, and one just 10 miles from here. So here comes Newmarket in the bottom of the third, and we'll have a number 9 batter, Kyle Decker, who uses a marine bat, and I haven't ever seen him. I haven't been able to ask him yet why he batters that color. He batted for his pitch fastball. Looks like easily playable out to right. It's fairly deep, but it is the F9 on first pitch hitting. So I'll have to tell you his stats next time around. If we do it the right protocol. Back to the top of the order, Jonas Seager, who walked, so the stranded on third.
Kevin Decker flying out the right field there. First out been recorded in the air. Everything before that has been a ground out or a strikeout for both teams.
Fascinating. Thank you, Nick. Pitch is a breaking ball, outer edge. 0-1. So we have to say, compared to the first inning, that Cardinals pitcher Kyle Turner has definitely found a groove. After the home run.
We found a little bit more rhythm and a little bit more control.
0-2 now. Jonas Seager's Noah Berry on deck. Turner, I think, wanted to signal again. It wasn't quite ready. Quickly off the rubber bat. Ready. There's a poke to the right side of center field, pretty deep, but good speed. good wood, but it is an F8. So that had a lot of steam on it. Two down quickly for the Rebels, and here comes Noah Bailey, who was out 1-3 first inning. Lefty batter. Base is empty. The fastball, little tapper. Started fair, stayed fair. I've seen happened to catch two major league games within a couple of days of each other where one of those squirrely spinners started in foul territory and came back fair. The announcer was saying, that's pretty rare. That's the rule, and it does happen. You're breaking the ball high and away. 1-1. And then there's always the little tapper or bunt that the fielder just eyeballs, swing and miss on a fastball. There's a lot of heat on that one. Where they know they can't make an out and they just watch it roll down. It's almost like a trick billiard shot. They hoping it'll jump foul, but then it doesn't stay right there. There's a breaking ball fouled off to the left. 1-2 holds. Giovanni Lorenzo is on deck. Pitch Lorenzo is a two-seam fastball. Broke a little bit away from him, and Turner was on his way to the dugout. A couple of Cardinals in the field were on their way to the dugout, but not anymore. It's ball. 2-2. That's it. Breaker stays way outside. Now it's 3-2. And somehow the player starting to leave the field never causes the umpire to change his mind.
He stood in strong and stuck with his call.
Swing and a miss, so he got the result he wanted anyway. The Rebels go down in order in the bottom of the third, and that is third strikeout for Turner. So all zeros for the Rebels in the third. The score is 1-1, and this is Newmarket Rebels baseball and the Valley Baseball League Network. Do you have a budding baseball player in your dugout? Did you know that each team in the Valley Baseball League offers youth baseball camps for players 5 through 18? This is your player's chance to work closely with the players in this league. To attend head coach Matt Schaefer's camp, please visit our website, newmarketrebels.com. That's newmarketrebels.com. Young player, or our boy, will benefit from the expertise and guidance of coaches and players. So sign up, and again, visit our website, newmarketrebels.com. For all we know, one of your players could end up way down the road in a Major League draft. All right, now who are we going to have coming up for the Cardinals?
Mason Nadeau, fielder number 20.
I'm turning over the play-by-play now. He's already assumed the mission of the associate. Take it away, Nate.
So Nadeau had a single his first time up. Had that chopping ball right back over the pitcher that Trey Fields getting tagged out. Third, Flanders pitch away, catches the outside corner.
Nathan, you were right to revisit what I assume would be the scoring simply fielder's choice, but based on the timing, Nadeau reached first before there was that put out at third, so he gets a single.
Swings at the second pitch, fouls that one off down the first base line. 0-2 count. Yeah, Nadeau definitely showed some speed his first time up, legging that ball out. It really just chopped back over the pitcher's mound and Machado couldn't quite come all the way across in time to get it. Flanders misses outside with that one. 1-2 count now. Away, and Nadeau gets caught swinging. High pitch there. Goes down for the first out. The top of the fourth. That goes down as the 5th strikeout for Flanders. Carson Bell, the second baseman, coming up now. One of 3 JMU athletes on the diamond tonight. Swings at the first one, fouls it off in the parking lot down the third base line.
And you have the other game underway in the Valley League tonight. That is Covington at Charlottesville. It is Tom Sox 4, the Lumberjacks 1. They're in the bottom of the 5th.
Pitch, the right-hand batter's box. Now goes to 1-1. Bell swings at that one and drives it through the gap between first and second baseman. Gets on base. The Cardinals have a 1-out base run.
On one of those holes, you say the 3-4 hole there, Woodstock had like almost 3 hits in a row in the 3-4 hole up there last night. It got to be boringly repetitious.
And we'll touch on that game, I imagine.
A little more detail.
So Easton Waterman, the catcher, batting now for the Cardinals, struck out looking his first time. Swings at that one right back to the shortstop. Machado tosses it to second, and play over to first. Haryu stretched out, and the Rebels turn 2. So a beautiful 6-4-3 double play on that one.
It unfolded a little slowly, but I got to get a second base out of his glove, and Haryu.
Absolutely, Bailey was a slow ball back to short. Machado made a quick turn. Bailey got up over sliding Carson Bell.
Mark your calendars now. The paper ones on the wall, the ones in the binders, and the ones in your digital formats. The Valley Baseball League All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, 7-7. You should be able to remember that. And the game time is 7:30 at Veterans Memorial Park, JMU campus in Harrisonburg. Plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30, the fun starts at 3:30 with batting practice, 60-yard dash, and home run derby, which starts at 5:20. Tickets are just like the games, regular season, $5, $3 for kids 3 to 12, and if your child 3 to 12 comes in there with a uniform, they get in free. So mark those calendars again, July 7th, Veterans Memorial Park, JMU campus. Lots of Major League Scouts on hand for that one, and see tomorrow's Superstars play.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale, too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota.
Welcome back to Rebel Park. And Giovanni Lorenzo in the box, leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Rebels. Took a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Swings at the second pitch, fouls it off down the first base line. 0-2 count.
We're knotted up 1-1 here. The Rebels got a solo run from Valdez for the right field wall. And then the Cardinals picked up the run and top the third.
Lorenzo gets rung up on a curveball that caught the outside corner. He goes down looking for the first out at the bottom of the fourth. Brady Hardew coming up now. Struck out Brady to end the first inning, his first time up.
It was the 4th strikeout of the game for Trump.
Is that 4 or 5?
I'll double check. You probably got it. There's a curveball.
There's a curveball in there for a strike.
It's 5. Always double check with Nathan Zuber.
Second pitch away in the dirt. tagged by Waterman. Pick that one. 1-1 count for Haryu. Second pitch, Haryu swings at that one. Drops it in over the second baseman. That's going to be a single for Mr. Haryu.
Rebels' second hit of the game.
Second hit of the game. See if some bats can get going. Hunter Hart coming up now. Pitches away. Like that was along the line on the left-hand batter's box. Home ball.
Thanks for all the 20 folks that you notice are watching our game now on the live stream. It's way outside, too. We have a little time and very busy as Nathan doing play-by-play, but he's got the display that lets us know you might be commenting. We hope to get dialogue with you as we go along. But game action is primary.
That pitch, the batter's box bounces to the backstop. I believe that's going to be a wild pitch as the count goes 3-0. And Haryu advances up to second base.
Speaking of scoring, you got to recount that it's actually 33 folks that are watching, so we really appreciate that guy running on second while all that happened.
3-0 count now for Hunter Hart.
They scored a wild pitch for folks who want to make note.
Pitch away and walks Hunter Hart on 4 pitches. So runners on first and second now. As the man who put the Rebels on the board, Alvaro Valdez, coming up now. Stepping in the left-hand batter's box. Valdez had that solo shot into visiting bullpen to right field in the second inning. And pitches away from the stretch. Valdez fouls that one off. Back behind us. 0-1 count.
We love to bring you our games outdoors from the web deck next to the Game Information Center, as you can see from the camera. Beautiful view of the field from here.
Certainly is a beautiful view. Valdez, soft liner into left field. As the runners all advance the base. Valdez scores a single. 2 of 2 on the day.
And the obligatory hold, of course, at the Haryu because of the shallow left. They just don't want to risk that.
Yep, that was another one of those looping singles like we saw from Trey Fields in the first inning for Front Royal.
I see 3 red shirts on the bases.
3 red shirts and 1 at the plate. So J.R. Pollock now hoping to do something. 1 out. Pollock struck out on 3 pitches his last time on a pitch that he didn't want to swing at. Didn't want to swing at that one either. That is called for a ball. Pollock waiting from the stretch. Pollock swings at that one. Pops it up. Shallow left center field. Haryu tagged up and the throw was not enough. So Haryu's going to come home on the sacrifice fly. And the Rebels take the lead back 2-1. So Ramon Machado coming up now. Grounded out to the shortstop last time. So there are 2 outs here with runners on first and second. Machado takes the first pitch. Like it might have been a curveball or a strike. Looking back, the runner at second. Hunter Hart has a big lead there, and Turner steps off.
Decker is on deck.
Decker swung at first pitch last time and didn't give you a chance to give his spring statistics. Machado takes that curveball. That one couldn't have missed by much.
Like, maybe at all. Okay.
1-1 count.
In fact, the catcher, Waterman, held up the ball for the umpire to look at. That's unusual.
Waterman held the ball and turned around. Turner steps off again.
Most umpires wouldn't like that.
No, Waterman kind of turned around and gave him a funny look, like, how are you not going to call that one?
As if, is this the same object you were looking at? That's what he's saying.
The umpire set up on the inside edge. Gifting that one blown away. Ball 2.
Dugout, urging the guys, score some more.
There's more coming from the Rebel dugout. Machado fouls that one well out of play. Count goes to 2-2. What he was facing last time when he grounded out. Back hard again, pitches away in the dirt. Waterman goes back to first. Very close play, and looks like there's going to be a discussion.
I think he got his hand in there. No video review, of course. I got to give Waterman, even though he's a softball guy, he gunned that ball down there.
He did. That was a great throw from Waterman, and Valdez just barely got back in there. It looks like the umpires are going to discuss that one a little bit. Maybe the home plate had a better view.
Actually, angle-wise, he did. Again, I'll say it probably at least once every game. There's been a strong request of the Umpires Association that they allow the employment of 2 field umpires, because you just can't be in good position with one guy a lot of times.
Especially when you play like that or a check swing and they're sticking with the original call.
It would allow more game employment by umpires, but their concern is that each per game guy would earn a little less money. So that's the background on that, which I've heard consistently that analysis for a few years. They do employ 2 field umpires in the playoffs.
Machado full count, and that one missed low. Machado's gonna take an easy stroll down to first base, and the bases are loaded once again. So Kyle Decker batting now. Decker from Appalachian State, Fletcher, North Carolina, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
Hunter Hart's on third, Alvaro Valdez on second, and Ron Machado on first.
Viewers can't hear you.
First pitch is the ball.
Who's that?
To Decker.
Decker 1-0 count. Didn't swing at the first one that time. Pitch away. That one's low as well. Ball 2.
Sure would like to see that aquamarine bat send on a deep cruise.
You certainly would. Bring him a little bit of luck. Decker takes that one for a strike. Sounds good. That one in. Decker
send here.
Rounding third. And they cut that one off, and 2 runs come home. Kyle Decker.
So that Aquamarine bat did come through.
It did. Decker drove a low shot by the shortstop to drive in 2. Hunter Hart came home. Valdez came home from second.
And now the Rebels have a much more interesting, comfortable forward.
Yes, they do. Gave a little bit of cushion there.
It was only through the hole by about, I guess, 2 feet, but it still worked.
Certainly didn't make it through there by a whole lot. Cardinals have a brief mound meeting. Jonas Seegers, center fielder, back up now. Walked to lead off the game for the Rebels in the bottom of the first.
Those were Decker's first 2 RBIs of the season.
Excellent. That had to get going sometime, and give a little cushion is always great. Turner's pitch away. Bounces low. I imagine that's going to go down as a wild pitch.
Certainly traveled far enough in the wrong direction to figure this out.
He did. We'll have to check the official book on that.
Scored yet that I can see. Wild pitch.
This looked like it might have bounced off the back of the plate. Second pitch in, ball inside. Seegers now has a 2-0 count.
Just like that, we got guys on second and third.
Yes, we do, and Waterman walking out to chat with his pitcher, Kyle Turner. Coaches have some faith in Turner. Doesn't seem to be any action in the visiting bullpen. Two outs here. Rebels now leading 4-1. Turner's pitch away. Seegers swings big at that one. Count goes to 2-1. Set. Big curveball there. Ball is catching inside corner. Count goes to 2-2. Seegers got away like he thought he was going to hit him. Turner's pitch now. Outside. Seegers faces a full count for the second time here this evening. Away. Seegers swings at that one. Out of play. Well down the right field line.
In addition to enjoying the out of doors and having a great view of the field, we do get direct effect of passing skunks, and that just happened nearby. Not affecting the game.
Seegers fouls that one back.
They say most of the announcers, he just got a piece, and on that one, I think it was a small piece.
Definitely got just a small piece. That one just bounced straight down and bounced back to the backstop. Turner set. Loses control of the curveball on that one, and Seegers takes it between the shoulder blades. Would have been ball 4 anyway, but we can go down as a hit by pitch.
Luckily, it was an off-speed pitch. I mean, you don't get to choose, but at least it wasn't a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Absolutely. Noah Bailey coming up now.
Another mound conference.
Mound visit. It's going to be a pitching change.
Rebels have batted around. So rather than give you details of sixth inning problems that the Rebels faced at Woodstock last night, I'd like to tell you something very pleasant that happened to me there. Completely unexpected to get a little time to do this. So at Woodstock, so about the seventh inning, I'm standing near the stands watching the game. This young man comes and trying to have a pitching change here. Let's catch up on that in just a second. And he strolls towards me and says hello, and I had a double look. And goodness gracious, it was last year's most valuable player, Andrew Eister, who was traveling from Florida to play for Yarmouth in the Cape Cod League. He knew that the Rebels were playing in Woodstock. He dropped by. He spent a night at one of our host members. And that's Andrew Eister, who, again, in the regular season, his slash line was 421, 781, 535. Just an astronomical slash line. He's just finished his sophomore year at South Carolina, so he's not draft eligible yet. So one of the most pleasant experiences I've had that didn't relate to an active game. So good luck, Andrew Eister. Nice to see you. So we got a lefty pitcher, huh?
Lefty pitcher looks like it's going to be number 19, Andrew Hogue.
And Andrew Hogue, his hometown is Columbia, Illinois. He's 5'11", 165 pounder. He's senior at McKendree College. See if he's had any action so far. His young season. Cardinals. He is on the list as been in one game, 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. 3.37 ERA, doesn't mean a lot, but he's
Doesn't take a whole lot of time to warm up there. Oh, Bailey steps into the box. Lefty on lefty. Hey, fastball high.
Rebels are batted around now.
So they have Bailey is the 9th batter. Trying. Pitch called strike. 1-1 count for Bailey. Here before too long, we'll try and get you the final line.
Can't be yet. 3 guys out there, his responsibility. Returner.
Yeah. Ball high.
We're hoping he'll get more than what we currently find in the staff. What they call those inherited runners. His obligation.
Yes, they are. Trying to put those 3 runners on base. Bailey trying to get him out of the jam. Hogue trying to get him out of the jam. Bailey swings at that one. Count goes even 2-2. Comes set. Away. Bailey swings at that one. And that's going to be the 3rd out of the 4th inning. So the Rebels batted all the way around. Scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no Cardinal errors, and the bases were left loaded. So we'll try and get Kyle Turner's final line here shortly.
So we finished 4 at Rebel Park and scored again. Cardinals 1. This is baseball on the Valley Baseball League.
Hey, Graham Knight here from Newmarket, Virginia, sitting alongside Nathan and Dennis. I said it earlier, but it is absolutely beautiful here up here on the, what do you call this, Dennis, again?
The web deck.
The web deck. Love that. Anyway, I want to give a big shout out to Grace Burrows. She is a best-selling New York romance novelist. She's also been an incredible supporter of the Valley Baseball League. Grace last year helped us finalize our deals for coverage of the playoffs and the championships. And if you are looking for romance on the baseball diamond and can't find it, the best place to look is graceburrows.com/bookshelf. She also gave us a great head start on this season. Without Grace, we would not be able to do everything we're doing. Long story, but she has made everything we do possible, from the playoffs and championships last year to the start of this season, and helping us bring games to you from all 11 sites. Anyway, like I said, if you're looking for romance and can't find it, look no further than Grace Burrows.
Okay, back with you now at Rebel Park, and the first batter already up.
Flanders' first pitch is low and inside to the first baseman, Levi Lysenring. Count is 1-0. Lysenring grounded out to Flanders his last time up in the second inning. Flanders proved quick reflexes in doing so.
Soon now for your pitching line and turn.
Flanders' second pitch high inside.
Restart, the Rebels, Cardinals starter, Kyle Turner, 3.2 innings. 4 hits, 4 runs, all runs, 3 walks, 5 strikes.
Strike low inside there.
A big blast, of course, being 2 RBI, single by Hardy and a solo home run.
We have a shocker schedule.
Pitch away.
Down swinging.
Down swinging. I must have had the count wrong there.
Might have been misled by the scoreboard.
I think the scoreboard was correct that time. I must have stopped the pitch clock. Matt Cedarberg, third baseman, now batting. Flanders.
6 strikeout for Flanders tonight, who is into his 5th inning of work, which is deepish now this time of year, fellow Valley League starter.
He is. Fastball. This is their ball 2.
What time do the Shockers start their games?
Flanders has 6 strikeouts tonight. Strike called there. 2-1 count. In his 41 innings this spring, Flanders only struck out 13.
He's ahead of that pitch right here, thank goodness, foul ball.
Well out of play. Cedarberg evens the count, 2-2.
Sneaky puff of breeze once in a while, certainly not sustained. I don't know, it's almost like a sneeze from the air. And it's interesting. How to control our papers here on the outdoor road.
Trying to blow away. Flanders. Cedarberg shoots that one to the second baseman. The relay beats him by a step or 2 for the second out in the top of the 5th inning. Now coming up, the right fielder, number 14, David Willis. Willis was hit by a pitch last time on an 0-2 count. Flanders going to look to not do the same. Leg kick, strike on the inside edge of the plate. 0-1 count. Flanders just about the same spot on that inside edge. Willis thought about swinging, stopped himself, but called a strike. 0-2 count. Flanders high leg kick, same pitch 3 times in a row, and Willis goes down looking. Flanders doesn't have any troubles getting Willis out on the 0-2 count this time.
So it runs thing when he sees it, and so did Flanders.
Certainly did, as a fastball on the inside edge. David Willis was no match. So at the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody touched the bag. Flanders took 3 more away. 2 more strikeouts, bringing his night total to 7.
The score is Newmarket 4, Fruitvale 1. This is Newmarket Rivers Baseball and Valley League Baseball Network. Interesting, just note, the Rebels had a team meeting in front of the dugout.
Hey everybody, Graham Knight jumping back in here. I got some comments on Facebook. Let's see, I believe it was Janet pointed out that the Facebook feed is cutting in and out a little bit. Hey, if this is happening to you, it's something I've been working on diligently since we started these broadcasts. I want to know kind of how you're connecting to us, and I want to know how you're seeing the broadcast. So do me 2 favors. Favor number 1 is I want you to run speed test. It's speedtest.net. When it pops up, there's a big round go in the middle of the screen. What I want you to do is run speedtest.net, and I want you to send me a comment. Let me know what your download speed is and what your upload speed is. James also pointed out that they're hearing a lot of ambient noise. I think I may have fixed that. So James, if you're watching, let me know. Your comments really matter. The nice thing is this is interactive, and if it's not working the way it seems to be working here, and you let us know, we can fix it. Anyway, the ambient noise should be a little bit less now, and I'm going to give you back to the announcers for the game.
Andrew Hoget is back on the mound for the Cardinals for his second inning of work, and we're going to turn it back to Nathan.
Giovanni Lorenzo leading off for the second straight inning. He gets pitch blown away, ball 1. Lorenzo 0 for 2 this evening. Ground out to second and a strikeout. Fouls that one off well in foul territory. 1-1 count.
Apologies, I misspoke big time. Hoget had only faced 1 batter until now, and that was a strikeout.
Better watch out now that you told me.
In the dirt. 2-1 count. As Graham just said to y'all, Lorenzo tip on that one. 2-2 count. Graham just said we are working to fix any issues that we may be having with our stream. As far as we know, for an audio-only stream, pitch high, checks with first base umpire, and Lorenzo didn't go. Count goes full. For an audio stream, we are broadcasting with Stretch Internet. Lorenzo takes ball 4 high.
A leadoff walk we want to watch closely. Yeah, Stretch Internet Audio is also good if you're going to be grilling or washing dishes or ironing, whatever you might be doing. You just go to Watch Listen at the league website and choose to listen. Also on the Rebels webpage, there's a Stretch icon.
Brady Haryu up now. Fastball on the outside edge. Count is 0-1. Haryu reached on a single with 1 out his last time up. Gets a hold of that one in right field, not quite deep enough. He flies out for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So Hunter Hart coming up now. Hart walked on 4 pitches in the 4th inning. Came all the way around as a result of the Kyle Decker single.
Struck out looking in the second. And those are kind of opposite innings for him.
They certainly are, and he looks at the curveball there. Strike 1. That's pitch there. Hart checks up.
Again,
Give him the ball call, say he didn't go.
Guy standing directly in front of the batter by the mound was asked to make a judgment whether he committed it or not. Can't do it from that angle. Well,
Hart swings all the way through on that one. 1-2 count now. Definitely difficult to tell on a check swing from behind the hill there. That's where having these 2 field umpires definitely makes a difference when you can have at least 1 down bases. Hart strikes out looking again that time. Second out, his second time going down.
Now it's waiting from Eastern Florida State, right fielder, number 19.
Alvaro Valdez coming up now, 2 for 2 this evening. The solo shot in the second into the visiting bullpen in right field and a single in the fourth. Ogette steps off from the stretch with Lorenzo on first. High curveball there, ball one. That one goes between the legs of the catcher. Lorenzo going to get through. I believe that one's going to go down as a pass ball.
We'll try to check on that.
Checking on that. His count is 2-0 now. Valdez, one pitch outside. Rio count. Valdez waiting for the right pitch. Trying to keep the bat hot. Anyway, looks at that one, and Valdez takes a free trip to first on 4 pitches. J.R. Pollock coming up now. Sack fly, left center field last time. Brought down Brady Pardew and gave the Rebels the lead.
He actually scored that a wild pitch. There's a bias toward that. But there's your ruling if it matters. That's on Lorenzo the bench.
Pollock fouls that one off. 0-1.
Rebels got some more action going, though there are 2 outs.
2 outs, runners on first and second. Lorenzo in scoring position. Pollock swings at that one, fouls it well out of play. 0-2 count.
That's our.
Ogette.
Yeah.
Set. Motion. Pollock strikes out swinging for the second time this evening for the 3rd out. So here in the bottom of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 walks. The runners on first and second.
We want you to be in the stadium to see our next game, but if you can't find the game, please know that you can see every night on the Shenandoah Valley Facebook page or on your favorite team's Facebook page as well.
Flanders coming back out to the mound. If I've been keeping track correctly, in the first 5 innings, Flanders has just over 60 pitches. So it's not been taking a lot to get those 3 outs. In the top of the 6th, the Cardinals will start at the top of the order with Steve Rober. Rober is 0 for 2. Chopper back to Flanders to lead off the game. Round out to second in the 3rd inning. Rober coming to the plate. Rebels just brought it down. you to those of you who are still tuned in with us. Internet audio and on Facebook Live. They're awaiting the pitch. Flanders high low kick. Fastball outside. Ball one for Flanders. Big swing. Hailing in left center. And Seegers tracks all the way over. Makes the play on that one for the F8. Trey Fields coming up now. Had a single through the left side in the first inning. And a single through the right side in the third inning that drove in the only Cardinal run. Flanders pitch away. Misses the outside edge. Ball one. Swings at that one, fouled off into the parking lot. Count is 1-1. Fastball. All ball, 2-1 count for Trey Fields. Away, Fields swings at that one, fouls it well down the left field line. Into the grass. Out of play, 2-2 count. There's high kick. Misses outside. Count goes full for Trey Fields. As Fields looking to get on base for the third time tonight. Flanders pitch away. Fields swings at that one. Hot through the legs of Brady Haryu into right field. And it's an incredible throw from right. A phenomenal throw from right field from Valdez to get Fields at second.
So the 9-6 put
The 9-6 put out is going to get Fields, and we'll have to see if they credit him with a hit.
That'll be a
or give Haryu the error.
Double check for sure.
You would think.
He didn't expect that situation.
Certainly did not. Amir right at the plate now. Flanders blows a fastball by him for strike one. Fouled off.
A single-handed
Crediting Trey Fields. That's twice. Fields has gotten tagged out. Tag of base. Pitch outside, 1-2 count. Fields was the third out in the first inning. On the 6-5. He rounded second and tried to take third. Pitch outside again, 2-2 count. Balls, count goes full. Right has struck out swinging. His first two times up. Flanders away. This is outside again. Right, take first and walk. Flanders led that count 0-2. 4 straight balls. Missing the outside edge. So now batting Mason Nadeau. Nadeau singled in the first. That play that resulted in Trey Fields getting tagged out at third. Struck out in the fourth.
Looked twice, and I believe that's the first walk issue I found.
Might be right. This is again with
Eric,
that one,
can you
straight
show
balls.
David how to
Count is
restart
1-0.
the feed?
Got into the sixth
Restart a
inning
new
before the
feed.
walk. That's pretty remarkable.
Definitely what you want to see from your starters. Away. Back pick here. Close to in time. Near right gets back in at first. Pitch was a ball.
Might have reached the pitch countdown, Flanders, no matter. You have mound visit coming, no matter how deep it's gone. That's our pitching coach, Josh Harrigan.
Harrigan out there having a chat. With the lefty working in the bullpen for the Rebels.
Hey guys, I'm going to turn your volume down. Speak up a little bit. I think that might be what's killing us. All right, so turn your earphone volume down. Try to talk a little louder into your microphone.
Hey Jaden, let's check out your shirts.
So some action out in the Rebels bullpen.
Number 30 working out there.
Number 30, Christian Horner. He'll be working out in the bullpen. Flanders going to step back on the mound. Stretch with a runner on first and a 2-0 count. Flanders misses outside again. Count is now 3-0. Flanders has had a lot of control all night so far. This is that one as well. 8 pitches, 8 balls. Back-to-back walks to put runners on first and second.
That might be the end of the trail. Flanders.
Certainly seems like it is.
Here it comes. Pitching change.
And Coach Matt Schaefer walking out there signaling for the lefty.
Great round of applause for Jordan Flanders, who works 5 and a third inning.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale, too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota.
So lefty stepping on the mound for the Rebels. Going to be number 30, Christian Horner.
Christian is a left-handed pitcher, 6'2", 185, sophomore at Palm Beach College. Madeira Beach, Florida. We'll get you his Valley League stats in his young season. This is his second game appearance. He has pitched 2 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, only one of which was earned. And let's see what else we got keeping going here. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, ERA's 3.27. Christian Horner.
And this spring at Palm Beach Atlantic College, Horner pitched just 3.2 innings, allowed 4 runs, all 4 earned, gave up 5 hits, had 4 strikeouts in those 3.2 innings, and walked 2.
So here's your line, the excellent line on our starter, Jordan Flanders. 5 2/3 worked, 5 hits, 1 run earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. So I call that does he get a quality plus start? Do you have to do 6 to get a quality start? But I'm considering that a quality plus start.
I believe you've got to pitch 5 to get a decision.
Right.
So Flanders in line for the win right now, and well deserved. Pitched a wonderful 5 2/3 for the Rebels. Did leave 2 out there after walking his last 2. But Horner going to look to record the 3rd out as Carson Bell steps into the box, batting left-handed. Runners going. Horner throws that one in the dirt, and the double steal as Horner's first pitch is a ball.
Well-timed aggression there by the Cardinals.
Yes, it was. So Horner, 1-0 count to Carson Bell. High kick, pitch low, ball 2. Horner coming tall. High kick from the stretch. Carson Bell fouls that one off. Count goes to 1-2. Excuse me, 2-1. Horner looking for the pitch. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. High kick. Bell swings at that one, chops back to the second baseman, and slings it to Haryu.
Ooh.
And Bell beats it out.
Yes, because actually, I must say, Bailey took a little extra time getting the ball out of his glove.
Took a little bit longer than maybe he needed to getting it out, but Bell showing a lot of hustle. So Amir Wright comes across the plate. Carson Bell reaches on the infield single, and that run will be credited to Jordan Flanders.
Indeed.
As he put right on base with the walk. So that will change his final line to 2 runs, both earned. Catcher Easton Waterman now at the plate. Beautiful pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 count for Waterman. Runners on the corners. Pitch in low.
So it was potentially the 3rd out. Actually turned out to be an RBI single. Just for taking maybe an extra stride before letting loose of the ball at second base.
And it was a slow chopping ball that Bailey, imagine, had some troubles charging it, not knowing what it was going to do. Pitch in there, bounces off the glove. Carson Bell's going to move to 2nd on what I imagine will go down as a wild pitch.
Yes, indeed. Wild pitch. So need to crispen it up here a bit for the Rebels.
2-1 count for Waterman.
Get control of this situation. Bottle up this Cardinals rally.
Certainly need to.
Well, that
Waterman
won't do it. That won't do it.
Shoots one in left field. Rolls all the way to the wall. Waterman going to reach on the double and bring both runs home. Nadeau will be credited to the starter, Jordan Flanders, but Carson Bell coming all the way around after the wild pitch. And then Waterman's double will be credited to Horner. Levi Lysenring now.
Complexion of this game now completely changed with the last couple batters.
It is, and it is all tied. Horner's first pitch to Lysenring is a strike. Certainly not what head coach Matt Schaefer was hoping for in this inning. Another strike on the curveball. Lysenring facing an 0-2 count now. Runner on second base and 2 outs. Horner, pitch away. Lysenring fouls that one back. Count stands at 0-2 as the Cardinals scored 3 in this inning, and we have a tie game. Horner's pitch goes inside for a ball. 1-2 count. Waterman taking a small lead at second. Horner's pitch, strike 3. Lysenring goes down swinging, but not before the Cardinals score 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no Rebel errors, and just 1 runner was left on.
Nathan, let's review hits. I have Trey Fields, remember, singled before he was thrown out.
Yep, you are right.
There
3
was
hits.
a Bell single and a Waterman double. So
3 hits. Thank you for
all
that
right,
correction.
We got her. But the big deal is this thing is tied up now, 4-4.
Very big deal.
So we're in the middle of the 6th. It's Newmarket Rebels baseball on the Valley Baseball League Network.
And this game changed drastically in an instant.
Again, there's probably more current and former Valley League players have been picked up in the Major League Draft. We weren't able to update that since we gave you some details earlier in the game, but best source for tracking Valley League players is All Things Valley League by John Leonard, his website and blog.
All Things Valley League, certainly an excellent place to keep up with former Valley League players. See through the spring how they're performing at their respective colleges. And for those that move on, see how they're doing in the major leagues. Shortstop number 2, Ramon Machado, leading off in the bottom of the 6th here for the Rebels.
Hoget, do you think? Hoget is back on the mound.
Yep. And Machado takes first pitch for a ball. So Hoget, strike there. Hoget has recorded 4 outs so far, 3 of them strikeouts. Strike 2 to Ramon Machado. Count is 1-2. Well, how about that?
Insider stuff.
Folks, we are back live on Facebook.
If you want to try and switch back over to that, thank you to Graham Knight for getting that squared away.
Yeah, well, do me a favor, Nathan. Explain to everybody that we've got a bunch of new equipment to save money and make it affordable because the money we make on these broadcasts go back to the team in the league. Turns out we had a bad iPad, so that'll be going back to the shop. That's it died on us, so that's what's going on.
So our iPad that is running a lot of the aspects of our stream died on us. That will be going back to the shop. We are working on limited funding. What comes in through these streams goes back to the teams here in the Valley League. And there's a new batter here for the Cardinals leading off in the top of the 7th.
And frankly, the white numbers on the gray jerseys aren't that easy to read.
I believe it is going to be number 5, Dylan Menhennet from Biloxi, Mississippi, coming in for Matt Cedarberg, the third baseman. And
Indeed,
2 straight balls here.
Check on that.
So a 2-0 count for Menhennet.
Menhennet.
Ball low inside, 3-0.
6 feet, 185 pounder from Biloxi, Mississippi, a senior at West Florida University. See if he's got some batting stats.
So Dennis will try and get that to you here.
Actually, his 5th game appearance.
And walks on 4 pitches. Certainly not what Horner was looking for.
Came in hitting a 250 with 2 RBIs, so he's on base again.
Yep, he is. And looks like we're going to have another mound visit.
Oh, the old leadoff walk, by the way, as we note.
The leadoff
in a tie
walk,
game.
We have touched on that plenty of times. And it's only our second home game. Seems to have happened more times than it should have.
Any folks that we'd like to say howdy to, appreciate you bearing with us and working through the technical equipment outage.
Yep. And looks like Horner is taking a stroll to the dugout. And we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll let you know who's coming out of the bullpen.
This is New Market Rebels Baseball on the Valley Baseball League Network.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
Folks with us on Facebook, welcome back to Rebel Park. Now on the mound, number 34, Austin Elliott. And we'll try and get the final line for Christian Horner
here before too long, but do we have some season stats on Austin Elliott?
Well, we do, and I'll just have to find them pretty quickly. We also want to let you know that I'm looking for his name on the roster, to be truthful about it. 6'2", 195-pounder, St. John's River State College, Alexander City, Alabama.
And Elliott is attending Mount Olive College in the fall. So stepping into the box here.
His third game appearance, 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, no walks.
So we'll see what he can do here. David Willis in the box. First pitch goes outside. Ball 1-0.
The only other game that was being played tonight is in the top of the ninth in the Valley League. It's a Charlottesville 9, Covington 3, top of the ninth.
Runner goes. Lorenzo's throw not going to get there. Willis swung, and looks like they're going to call batter's interference as he has the right to the box, but stepped across the plate. Batter's interference, and he is ruled out.
First one of those I've seen this year.
Yep, first one. Not something you see all that often.
Must have stepped in the way of Lorenzo's attempt on the throw.
Looked like they were going for the run and hit, and Willis swung at an outside pitch and ended up stepping across the plate. So Steve Grober in now.
You may mention it, Nathan.
First pitch
excuse
for
me
a strike.
If you did, that also means that Menon, number 5, has to retreat to first base.
Yes, it does. So Menhennet goes back to first after this. He advanced to second. Elliott tosses back to first. Menhennet slides back in there with ease. 0-1 count for Grober. Menhennet going again. Grober swings at that one. Knocks it foul down the first base line. 0-2 now. Menhennet's going to have to jog back to first once again.
They're determined to steal that bag, aren't the Cardinals? Or get there somehow.
They are certainly doing everything they can at this point to get a jump on the Rebels here and maybe try and bring a runner at least 90 feet closer. And that pitch outside for a ball.
I have 2-2. I don't know if you got on your pad.
2-2 count.
Scoreboard is wrong again. Now, I was going to say the umpire shouldn't rely on the scoreboard, and Giovanni, I think Lorenzo was just asking what's the count.
Just a second ago, he
2-2.
signaled.
2-2.
Put in my 2
signaled
cents.
2-2 before Lorenzo asked, but seems to be a little bit of discussion.
It's strange. I was going to just say I hope the umpire doesn't rely on the scoreboard. He's checking several places for opinions.
Yes, he
the
is.
Count. It's outrageous. They have a counter in their hand they're supposed to use.
And I believe he checked his counter, but something didn't seem to be going right with it.
They're taking a lot of time, folks, just to figure out what the count is.
So we are. The first pitch was called a strike on the low outside corner. Second one missed outside. And I believe the third pitch, Grober fouled down the first base line. I don't remember a fourth pitch in this at bat.
I thought it was another ball, but it's 2-1 according to official
And they're
sources.
going again. That pitch is outside. So Menhennet finally gets to second.
third try, I think.
And now the count is 2-2. So holding up the count with some authority. So 2-2 count for Grober. And Elliott misses outside again with that one. The count is full.
Game's getting really draggy. It was moving along pretty well there through the fifth, I thought.
Yep, definitely had a pretty good pace through the first couple innings. Grober fouls that one off out of play into the home side bleachers. We have eclipsed the 2-hour mark as we're here in the top of the 7th. Full count for Grober with 1 out. Dylan Menhennet pinch hit and stands on second. And Grober walks. And the Rebel catcher Lorenzo tried to throw back to second, maybe catch Menhennet off guard and tag him out, sliding back into the bag, but the throw was off.
Second walk of the inning for Rebel pitchers.
Second walk of the inning. Yes, it is. Christian Horner walked pinch hitter Dylan Menhennet to lead off the top of the 7th. David Willis was retired on a batter's interference. Not really sure how you put that one in the book.
I use a BI.
That's what I was going with.
Well, it's unfortunate. I mean, Flanders goes 5 2/3, walks one guy, and then all of a sudden, quickly since then, we're walking 2.
Yep, and first pitch to Trey Fields is a ball low in the dirt.
Like see Rebel pitchers bring the ball in the zone a little more here in this tie game, 4-4, top of 7th.
You're better off to make them hit it and take a chance.
Somebody's got to cover
do
first.
With that one, nobody covering first as Haryu went over.
Fumbled the ball, and he looked at his glove as the run comes around and scores. Excuse me, Nathan. Just not sure you saw that.
Haryu got frustrated missing the ball with no one covering first. I imagine Fields is going to get credit for a single. And Menhennet, Haryu almost has to get credited with an error there as he just seemed to have a lapse in judgment and left the ball sitting on the dirt, forgetting about the runners.
We're going to see what the official score says.
So we'll see the official score. Amir Wright batting now. Fouls the first one off. Strike 1.
E3. As you
so
said.
Haryu credited with the error. And for now, that run will go as unearned for Christian Horner. Wright fouls a second one off into the parking lot. Oh-2 count now for Amir Wright, who has struck out twice tonight and walked in his third plate appearance.
Again, I think Haryu's frustration was he knew no one was going to cover base in time, but then he lost his sight of the ball.
Yes, he did. Wright fouls another one off. Yep, Haryu went to his right to try and field that ball. Got a glove on it. Kept it in front. And then lost it at his feet. Trying to pick it up, and the runner came around. Wright fouls that one back over the web deck by a few feet.
It's a rare trajectory for a ball to do that.
It is cleared us by maybe 10 feet or so behind us, above our heads by at least 20.
But I'm glad I had company out here because I was not tracking the ball. So our trusty friends and our technical support were checking that for us. Thank you, Graham.
So Wright still standing in with an 0-2 count. Elliott just misses outside, and both runners are going to advance on a wild pitch.
So you had a lefty batter, and that pitch was so far outside it cleared the outer edge of the right-handed batter's box.
Yes, it did, and
put it a +5 on that outside. Oh,
Elliott just lost control of that pitch.
Puts guys on second and third.
Runners on second and third. Infield crowding in. Amir Wright strikes out for the third time.
Thank you.
And the Rebels definitely needed that. The second out in the top of the seventh here. As Mason Nadeau, coming up now, has a single, a strikeout, and a walk. So the Rebels will certainly try to retire Nadeau and get out of this situation. And strike one. Would also like to point out, because of that wild pitch, the run that was previously unearned due to the error, I do believe becomes earned. Nadeau pops that one up into shallow left, and Decker tracks it, and the F7 will end the inning. 1 run scored on no 1 hit. The Trey Fields single that went straight at Haryu that resulted in the 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
Joining back with us on Facebook Live, first pitch to Giovanni Lorenzo was outside for a ball. Lorenzo sends that one into right field, easily handled, as David Willis didn't have to move very much. Lorenzo retired on the F9, and now batting Brady Haryu. We were just discussing, for those of you with us on Facebook Live and not on Stretch Audio, that Haryu was credited with an error all the way. Fields was not given a hit, and Haryu takes strike one.
So they mean there's an opportunity at the plate for Brady to make amends?
Certainly hope so.
Yeah. Did have a 2-run homer and an RBI double at Woodstock last weekend.
Yes, he did, and has the power. Proves it, fouling that one well out of play. If he straightens that out, certainly could be trouble for the Cardinal outfielders. So that ball in the dirt. If runners were on, they certainly would have advanced. So it rolled just about
to the home dugout. So Hogett's still on the mound. Seems like they toss that ball aside. 1-2 count for Brady Haryu. And swings at that one, fouls it back.
So again, rained out tonight was Winchester at Woodstock, Purcellville at Stanton, Strasburg at Harrisonburg.
And for a while, we were afraid it was going to be Front Royal at Newmarket.
Had a 30-minute delay, but wisely decided.
Absolutely.
I think the catcher hurt his hand. His left hand did Waterman. His glove hand, he is holding it steady, pointing at his wrist. He has played I think a very good game behind the plate.
He hasn't let too many balls by him. Has blocked a lot of pitches, and has certainly been an effective catcher.
We were going to do this a little bit later, but if we have the time, we're going to mention upcoming games for the Rebels. And Waynesboro comes here tomorrow night from the South Division. There's an interesting storyline, and that has to do with Rebels' 3-year head coach Zach Cole, who coached the team to the Valley League Championship last year, is coaching at Waynesboro now. And so there's a special interest there. Then we're away at Winchester on Saturday, away at Front Royal on, I can't read my own scratching. The next day, Friday, we go to Winchester. Saturday, we go to Front Royal. It's interesting how tightly scheduled the back-to-back games are. We were at Woodstock twice in 3 or 4 days. Again, Sunday home to host the Express. Now, I want to make a point that not that it'll change anybody's fate, but I will be away for those home games on the 6th and 9th, and will be in the capable hands of my intern, Nathan Zulig. So, Nathan, we wish you the best. Haven't gone out of town yet, but we get all the help you can need, I think, and I know you're ready to go.
I certainly hope so. Had the rain out Sunday resulted in a little bit less preparation than we were expecting, but hopefully everything goes smoothly. Folks, if you're a company looking to promote your business in the Shenandoah Valley, we want you to advertise with us. Here's why. It can be hard to reach customers in the Valley. The Valley is divided up into 2 and in some cases 3 DMAs. But each season, the VBL offers almost 250 games from Purcellville to Covington and from Winchester to Charlottesville and everywhere in between. Each night for 2.5 months, the league plays an average of 5 games. That's 15 commercials each night for as little as $7.24 a spot. Plus, consumers today are looking for a community give back. Why not baseball? Everyone wants to be Tom's Shoes. They made the concept of community givebacks famous by giving away a pair of shoes for every pair purchase. When you spend your ad dollars with the Valley League, once we've covered the cost of producing these live streams, the proceeds go back to fund the team and the league, and that money is then reinvested in the communities where these teams play. So come advertising with us. It is a great way to reach consumers in the Valley as well as support collegiate-level baseball. If you're interested in advertising with us, please contact Graham Knight at graham@isomermedia.com. That's graham@isomermedia.com. It only costs $21 per game.
We regret to report, as you could see on Facebook Live, that after being examined on his glove wrist, your starting catcher, Easton Waterman, has had to leave the game, and the only other catcher on the roster is Will Ahrens. He's in there now, number 15. He's from Sandersville, Georgia, 6 feet, 205-pounder from Center College. And I just make an observation, having been pretty much inside observing the league for 5 years, it is really important to have 3 catchers on your roster for the duration of the campaign. Right now the Cardinals have 2. But sad to say that Eastern Waterman is out of action now.
Yeah, and having more than 2 catchers on the roster is something, Dennis, that you and I talked about a little bit last week.
Yes, sir.
As we discussed how the Rebels have 3 catchers listed, only having 2 in town, but definitely depth at the catching position is important. So Brady Haryu stepping back into the right-handed batter's box here with a 1-2 count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Haryu sends that down the third base line. That's a chance for extra bases. Haryu rounds first, and an excellent throw from left field as Haryu sticks to first base.
Definitely went toward the corner. I didn't track if it went over the wall. I guess it didn't because he could have made second.
No, it did not. That one,
yeah.
A low shot down the third base line, and Nadeau made an excellent throw from about the middle of left field.
Key defensive play there.
Absolutely. So now in the box, third baseman number 14, Hunter Hart, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Second pitch goes low, ball 2. Hart struck out twice tonight, reached in the 4th on a walk, and strike on the inside edge, 2-1 count. Pitch away, Hart pops that one back up. Could be trouble in shallow center, and it drops down. And the throw to the second baseman. Haryu hung up there between first and second. And the throw to the second baseman as Wright threw that in to Grober, the shortstop standing there at second, and the throw was low and bounced off Grober's chest. I'll be interested to see exactly how they score that one.
Now, Bell slipped as he was he probably would have caught the ball, but he slipped out there behind second base.
He did.
And flat on the ground, ball fell in. Like you said, then there was a sloppy throw into the bag,
yes,
or else Haryu would have been out.
And Valdez takes the first pitch on the outside edge for a strike. So Dennis,
going to check that. We're going to check that. I got to
definitely have to see how they scored that one.
Make a lot of notes here. Yeah.
Pitch outside. Count goes 1-1.
Stand by for access. I think my laptop went to the same shop that.
Valdez takes a big swing at that. Count goes 1-2.
Graham's iPad went to. At least I can't get past my splash screen. I know you don't care about that at home, but we'd like to give you more information quickly, so hold on. Let's
certainly
see.
Try to give you up-to-date information as soon as we can. Valdez takes that one low.
Hunter Hart is credited. Hunter Hart is credited with a single, and Haryu advances to the second. And that's the whole play. So no errors or anything.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely a very different play. Valdez checks his swing, and they go to the man behind the mound. Says no, he didn't go, so the count goes full.
Rebels need to try to tie this up, down 5-4.
Yes, they do. Valdez lets that one go outside. And very quickly, things change, and the bases are loaded for the Rebels. Looks like we're going to have a little mound visit here.
1 out, so opportunity is knocking loudly for the Rebels.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale, too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Okay, we'll review the scoring for you as Sean Miller takes the mound. And Rebels moved out in front, bottom of the second on Alvaro Valdez's homer. And Cardinals got that back top of the third. And then the Rebels picked up 3 in the bottom of the fourth, go ahead 4-1. And then the Cardinals picked up 3 in the sixth to make it 4-4. And now they went ahead 5-4 in the seventh.
Yep. So Front Royal went ahead 5-4 in the top of the seventh. And now the Rebels have bases loaded for J.R. Pollock. 1 out here. Pollock had a sac fly in the fourth.
Ooh.
That gave him the lead. Takes a big swing at that pitch.
He waggles the bat a lot standing in the batter's box.
He does.
Which is not what longtime hitting coach Mo Weber would advise. More on that later. Maybe. Let's get the sign straight out there.
Yep, quick mound visit from the new catcher, Will Aarons.
Pollock, a new arrival. He's only had, before this game, one previous at bat. But he got an RBI on a walk. So, hey, it could happen again.
He has 2 RBIs so far this season then, as he did have the sac fly in the fourth. So Pollock facing an 0-1 count. Big swing at that one, way behind that ball.
Let's observe on those first 2 swings. He was so anxious to try to drive in a run that he really, frankly, I think he lost a little control of the bat. He needs to maybe, your unofficial announcer coach says throttle back a little bit, make contact.
Yep, needs to maybe pump the brakes a little bit on swinging it, and, well, on waving it and really swing it. And swung all the way through on that one, and Pollock goes down on 3 pitches for the second out, and that is his 3rd strikeout, all swinging. So Pollock 0 for 3 today. 3 strikeouts and a sac fly RBI. So Ramon Machado coming up now, struck out looking his last time. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. Rebels certainly hoping to get something here. Machado takes a slider for strike 1. And that was a very well-placed pitch on the inside corner, right around the thighs. Second pitch away, Machado swings at another one.
A little bit outside there on that one, might have been called a
slider
ball.
took him outside, it looked like, and 0-2 count for Machado. So Sean Miller coming in and looking to work out of this jam for the Cardinals quickly. Throws that one in, bounces off the plate. That's going to be a wild pitch, and Brady Haryu is going to come across for the Rebels, and we have a tie ball game once again.
Reminiscent of our winning run in the 10th inning last Friday, but thank you very much.
Certainly was, and all those runners are going to move up 90 feet, and we have a 5-5 game as Machado now faces a 1-2 count. And Miller's first ball in his appearance happens to be the wild pitch. Machado fouls that one well out of play. So now both times Brady Haryu has reached the bases on his pair of singles.
Just an impression. I haven't done a study of it, but I've noted a lot of wild pitches early in the season.
Certainly has been, maybe.
Not just our guys.
No, definitely seems that way around the league. Machado goes low and outside and chops at that one. Shortstop fields it and gets it over to first. Machado is retired on the 6-3. The tying run scores. It is now 5-5 on 2 hits from Brady Haryu and Hunter Hart. No errors, and 2 runners are left on the bases. And we will try and get Andrew Hogett's final line here in just a minute.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Folks on Facebook Live, thank you for joining back with us here. Looks like there may be some position changes for the Rebels. We will try and get those for you. Umpire signaling up here.
So I guess on Facebook Live video you didn't hear Hogett's final line. 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It's earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he stands to be the loser as the Rebels went ahead 5-4.
And I believe the Rebels have a new second baseman.
All right, we'll try to zero in on this there. You're the play-by-play guy. You do that, and I'll do this.
We can do that. Elliott's first pitch in there for a strike. Good fastball on the outside edge.
22 at second base now for the Rebels.
22, Sam Frontino.
Luckily, he turned around just when I needed him to.
How about that?
Replaces Noah Bailey.
Noah Bailey, second pitch low. 1-1 count now for Carson Bell. Elliott's pitch, curveball in there.
So you just continue with play-by-play. I lost track anyway, and I'll be heading out of town the next 2, and so a little more experience, and you're doing great. Thanks, Nathan Zulig.
We can do that. Bell fouls that one off. Count still stands 1-2.
Seemed like the top of the ninth down at Charlottesville was taking a long, long time. Let's see if that's changed. I'll check on that right now.
Have to imagine that game has come to a close by now. Looks like it has. Bell sends that one into short right field. And is going to lead off the top of the eighth.
It is final. Charlottesville 9, Covington 3.
So Charlottesville and Covington, the only other game going on tonight. Final score was 9-3. Charlottesville. Carson Bell just led off the top of the eighth with a single into shallow right. Number 15, Will Ahrens, the catcher that replaced the seemingly injured Easton Waterman, now batting his first plate appearance tonight. Elliott steps off and goes for the pickoff move back to first base to keep Carson Bell in check.
At the moment, the Cardinals 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Rebels 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error.
So very, very similar line scores here. Aaron squares to bunt, strike called, even though he pulled it back. That's another thing we've discussed, that
the effect on the umpire of that happening. Yes.
Seems like a batter pulling back a bunt seems to often influence a call for a ball rather than a strike. Elliott steps off and throws to first once again.
I totally endorse that observation that we have so often shared.
I agree. It does seem
they lose a little bit of perspective,
I
think. Yeah.
I think so. Everything happens so fast. It's almost like you're trying to decide if if it's a checked swing, even though their bat was already at the plate, and Ahrens goes for that one, lunges for it on another squared bunt attempt. Count goes 0-2.
So of the options available to a player who wants to try to bunt, other than popping it out, he pulled the bat back, he got a called strike, and he persisted in the bunt offer and got a called strike. So probably not going to bunt with 2 strikes. That'd be pretty unusual.
Certainly not, and bunt foul results in the out. So that pitch goes outside. Elliott misses well into the left-handed batter's box.
And I just thought that Bell was so vulnerable. I wish he'd have come in with a really good pitch.
Yep, Lorenzo not afraid to make that move and throw the ball down to first after it crosses the plate. And if Bell takes too much of a lead, I can see him doing that. Bell jumping out there. Lorenzo snags that one as ball 2 once again goes into the left-hand batter's box.
Here at home, the Rebels have had a fair number of tied game innings already.
Elliott steps off, throws back to first once again, and Bell just easily steps back in there. Got to wonder if Carson Bell and Brady Haryu are having a little chat over there. Used to being in the same uniform.
I'm sure.
At James Madison.
Probably have.
Maybe a little bit of friendly jaw. And Elliott throws towards the plate, fouled off from Ahrens.
Interesting, you dropped down sidearm that time. That's a useful technique if can execute it, and that was a well-thrown pitch.
Yes, it was definitely in there well, and Elliott does seem to have a very fluid range of motion. Most of his pitches seem to come from around the 10 o'clock spot on the clock, but that one dropped down somewhere between 8 and 9, moves to first again, and Bell steps back. So Elliott making sure to keep Carson Bell in check. Certainly showed some speed his last time on base. Elliott goes to that little bit of sidearm pitch again, misses low and outside. Count goes full after leading in this count 0-2. Certainly don't want to walk another batter here for Austin Elliott. Pitch down, misses high and outside.
Good advice not followed, Nathan.
Evidently. So Aaron's walks in his first plate appearance today. And Levi Lysenring, the first baseman, coming up. Nope. So there's a mound visit. Head coach Matt Schaefer coming out. And potential pinch hitter as well.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota, where every new Toyota car, truck, van, and SUV is smile priced now to save you more. And every certified used Toyota on the lot is also smile priced at Stephen Toyota, where you get more for your trade, more credit options to help you get approved, and exceptional service after the sale, too. If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan at Stephen Toyota.
And for those of you with us on Facebook Live, welcome back. We had a pitching change for the Rebels. Edwin Serrano on now for Austin Elliott. We saw Serrano last Friday in our season opener. Struck out 5 in 2 innings and recorded the win.
Because he benefited in the bottom of the inning as Strasburg gave us a wild pitch with the bases loaded. But whatever way it happened, Mr. Serrano definitely earned that win.
Yes, he did. And what are his season stats looking like so far,
He's
Dennis?
actually had 2 games, 2 1/3, 1 hit, no runs of any kind, no walks and 5 strikeouts. And so he had a little more action, maybe faced a couple batters, but he's still no walks, 5 strikeouts, no runs.
So the majority of Serrano's work came last Friday right here in Newmarket when he did record the win. And it looks like there's going to be another change from Front Royal. Looks like number 7, Derek Orndorff, batting in place of Levi Lysenring.
Righty batter. Orndorff, wait for this pitch.
Serrano looking back, Bell at second. Haryu in very close. Orndorff swings at the first one, strike 1.
Orndorff is 6 feet tall, 200-pounder from Mill Run, Pennsylvania, a junior at Penn State. In typical Serrano fashion, he gets ahead right away with the strike.
Certainly what the Rebels are hoping to see. Serrano attending VCU in the fall and called strike. Orndorff in close on the plate. And the curveball just catches the inside corner. Strike 2. Serrano comes set, checks Carson Bell. And that looks like strike 3 on a beautiful pitch.
As in 0 wasted pitches.
So Serrano comes in wasting no time at all. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Another good thing was happening on that. Machado really was sneaking behind the runner at second, Bell, in good position. Had he turned around and thrown, he might have got him out, but didn't need to.
Certainly could have. So now batting, Dylan Menhennet came in to bat for the first time in the 7th inning. Reached on a walk, fouls that one off down third base. Strike 1 for Menhennet.
Scored at the time was the Royals' go-ahead 5th run in the 7th, but it's now tied up 5-5. Top of the 8th there at Rebel Park. Cardinals at Rebels. Cardinals have guys on first and second with 1 out.
Certainly has been a back-and-forth game. A lot of activity from both teams. Several pitching changes from both squads. Serrano looking to work another pitch.
Nice off speed. But it should have been a called strike, but it wasn't.
They checked. So Menhennet checked his swing. Looked like it should have been a strike anyway, but saying he didn't go, and that one's going to be a ball. So 1-1 count for Menhennet. Serrano still looking back. Carson Bell each time. Menhennet pops that one up. Going to be in foul territory in play. And that one just pops out of the glove of Lorenzo.
Lorenzo called it strongly. Usually you would do that. You wouldn't want your pitcher catching that. He was taking his mask off. Maybe could have used both hands, but he didn't, and it popped out. So,
yep,
yeah.
didn't get the glove closed in time, and Lorenzo, Serrano, and Haru all kind of standing there in a group, and Lorenzo tried, gave the effort, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. Serrano pitch away, low again, and that ball has to be moving a lot because Menhennet has checked his swing twice on almost an identical pitch that has been low, nearly in the dirt.
Yes, indeed, a deep breaker descends a lot.
So 2-2 count for Menhennet. Serrano checking on Bell again, pitches away. Menhennet fouls that one off.
But it certainly was a protective swing.
Yes,
he really
it was.
The bat only traveled far enough to make contact, and he held it still. So he definitely was just spoiling that one.
Yep. Close enough that he wasn't sure he wasn't going to get rung up if he looked at it, but just far enough outside that he did not feel comfortable swinging all the way through. So Menhennet still facing 2-2. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Serrano pitch away, and that one's fouled down the third base line, and Menhennet stays alive.
That could have been called either way from this angle, the way that hopped over the bag.
Could
Thank
look
goodness
like
for the Rebels.
Looked like it kicked a little bit further foul just before the bag. So Menhennet staying alive, fouled off the last 2 to hold a 2-2 count. Serrano checking Bell again. Pitches away. Did not miss by much.
Don't want to lose this fella, not with all that work.
Certainly do not. Count goes full. Serrano has had a couple pitches that have been right there. Coming set, pitches away, and Menhennet gets a hold of that one into left field for the easy fly out for Mr. Decker.
That was a happy outcome from a tense situation.
Yes, it was. It was a long battle in that at-bat. And David Willis coming up now, teammate of the man on second, Carson Bell, at James Madison University.
Committed the only batter's interference we've seen so far in the seventh inning.
Yes, he has. I imagine we won't see too many more of them. Willis takes a big swing at that fastball, and Serrano just blows it by him. Serrano coming set. 2 outs now, 0-1 count for Willis. Serrano just missed up high again. 1-1 count. Serrano checking Bell every time, makes the move this time.
Ooh.
And Bell just gets back in. That
Well
was
executed.
a quick move.
We saw
from
it
Edwin
being,
Serrano.
Yes, we saw it being built up because they Machado was shadowing over there before, and it's just well executed.
And a
that's
very
out of here.
quick move from Edwin Serrano. So 1-1 count, looking to go back to the plate now. Pitch in, another pitch, off-speed pitch that time. Catches David Willis swinging on that low outside corner. 1-2 count for David Willis. Interested to see if Serrano brings heat back, if he goes for the breaking ball with a couple to give. Goes for the changeup, strike 3.
It was a heater.
Excuse me, you are right. So Serrano comes in after a hit and a walk, put runners on first and second, and retires the next 3 in order with 2 strikeouts. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on as Edwin Serrano comes in and makes quick work.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back with us on Facebook Live here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kyle Decker, the left fielder, leading off here for the Rebels. Sean Miller still on the mound for the Front Royal Cardinals. Scores knotted up at 5. Miller's pitch away. Catches low in the zone, strike 1. Pitch 2, Miller threw a full windup. That one's low, ball 1.
So far, the Royals have left 7 guys on, and the Rebels have left 8 guys on.
Decker fouls that one back out of play. Strike 2.
Say that again because the mic was out of position. Excuse me, Nathan. The Rebels so far left 8 guys on and the Royals 7.
So a lot of runners being left on base this evening. And Decker swings at that fastball and misses. Lone outside. Strike 3. Decker goes down swinging for his first strikeout of the night. So now back to the top of the order with center fielder number 23, Jonah Seegers. Seegers flew out his last time up. Has flown out twice and reached on a walk and a hit by pitch. And that one just about clipped the top of his helmet. Ball 1. Seegers set. Nice pitch low in the zone. Strike 1 from Sean Miller.
So without a hit, the Seeger's been on twice with he led off the game with a walk, stuck at third, and he was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and otherwise, as you said, 2 flyouts.
And swings at that one. Count goes 1-2 for Seegers.
Sam Frontino on deck. Entered the game last inning at second base.
Yes, he did. And Seegers gets rung up looking on the fastball inside. Second out as Sean Miller has now struck out 3.
There's no K in success, and so with a tie game, we'd like to have something else happen.
Certainly would. So Sam Frontino coming up now. His first at-bat of the evening. Maybe a good move. Noah Bailey had struck out 3 times today already. So Frontino takes ball 1 inside, turns his shoulder a little bit. Miller, full windup, misses outside and low. Ball 2 to Frontino. Now for those of you that were with us last Friday, Frontino came out of the game with an injury. Couple innings in, Frontino swings at that one. Big swing on a pitch that was low. And strike 1, count goes to 2-1.
He is 2 for 4 with his 2-game appearances, 1 RBI. Yeah, he slipped in the grass.
Yes, he did. And strike 2 on looked like a 2-seam fastball there.
Beyond third base, and tried to play some more, but he then was rested the next game. Good to see him back in action.
It certainly is. And fouls that one off.
Seemed to be an upper thigh or hip problem with one of his legs there, but looks fine tonight. Don't see any restricted motion.
Yep, seems to be moving fine out there around second base and stepping in the box fine here. Ooh. And that ball goes over his head. Miller certainly lost his grip on that one. Count goes full for Sam Frontino. And the Rebels are hoping to get something going here with 2 outs in a tie ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Miller, fastball down low, rings up Frontino, and Sean Miller strikes out the side.
All Ks.
All Ks, and the last 2 were looking. So certainly not what the Rebels were hoping for in the bottom of the 8th. And we'll look to retire the Cardinals quickly here in the top of the 9th and get to the heart of the order in the bottom of the 9th with the 3, 4, 5 hitters scheduled to come up. So looks like maybe another. Nope, Serrano coming back out to the mound here. No reason for him not to, as he took down all three batters he faced. And coming out facing the top of the order for the Cardinals.
Cardinals came in at 1-3, and Newmarket sits at 1-2 coming in. Both anxious to get their second win of the season.
Both teams certainly want to get that next win and really want to turn around the early mishaps, especially the Rebels here.
I'll be back as quick as I can, Nathan.
All righty, sounds good. So Dennis going to run away to handle some things for a second, but I'm going to stick right here with you on Facebook Live and on Stretch Audio. So here we are in the top of the ninth, sitting at the top of the order for the Front Royal Cardinals. Number 25, Steve Grober, the shortstop, leading off here. He is 0 for 3 with a walk in the 7th inning, 2 groundouts and a flyout. So the Cardinals going to look to get something going as they did in the 6th. Serrano looking to make sure that doesn't happen as the first pitch comes in for a strike. Serrano pitching only from the stretch, no full windup. Off-speed pitch gets Grober swinging for the fences and almost drills himself into the dirt on that one. Strike 2. Grober sets. Serrano misses high outside on that. 1-2 count. Serrano pitch away. Grober got a hold of that one. Bounces off the wall. And Valdez overruns it, guns it to second. But Grober trots into second with a leadoff double. Certainly not what the Rebels were hoping for here. As for a second, it looked like Grober's swing was going to match the one of the right fielder Alvaro Valdez from the 2nd inning in the solo shot he hit into the right field bullpen. Now batting designated hitter number 8, Trey Fields.
Back with you. I wouldn't miss this action now. Thank you, Nathan.
Certainly don't want to. Fields turns for a bunt and takes a strike as he pulls it back. Fields 3 for 3 with 3 singles and reached his 4th plate appearance on an error.
First hit of the year given up by Serrano.
And that ball in the dirt. 1-1 count now. Hearing cheers of "Stay Hot 8" for Trey Fields coming from the visiting side. So they're hoping for another hit from Trey Fields. Swings at that one, and Serrano blew that by him. Dennis's smells are wafting out of the concession stand and really making me think about going to Sheets whenever we get out of here.
I'm with you.
And
Fields just trouble
into short right field. Valdez snags it and sends the relay in. So Fields gets his 4th single of the night. And Grober advances over to third. So runners on the corners now for the Front Royal Cardinals, and they are knocking on the door with no outs.
Usually
Center fielder Amir Wright coming up now.
Hit to the right side is advantageous for scoring, but Valdez got on that ball so quickly, and they saw that he could throw a guy out from earlier in the game.
Yep, Valdez sent a nice relay in. Infield crowding in. Amir Wright has struck out 3 times, pops that one up.
They might
into
send him.
left field.
They do send him.
And they're sending Grober on the tag.
Okay.
And they don't even try to get him at home. So the first out in the top of the 9th is recorded as Amir Wright flies out to left on the sacrifice.
Which puts the Cardinals ahead 6-5.
Cardinals take the lead. Now batting number 20, Mason Nadeau. Nadeau struck out once, walked, single, and flew out. And runner goes, pitch outside. Lorenzo puts a beautiful throw in. Woo. And Machado lays the tag, and Trey Fields is out at second.
Big play there.
Very big play. So now the bases are empty for Nadeau. Serrano gets a little bit of redemption, though the 1 run did cross. So 1-0 count. Serrano catches the outside corner, strike 1. Serrano, pitch away. Big swing from Nadeau. Misses that one. 1-2 count now with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Serrano strikes him out. Nadeau goes down swinging for the 3rd strikeout of the night for Serrano, 8th on the season, but not before the Cardinals take the lead on 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on.
So in the middle of the 9th, it's Front Royal 6, Newmarket 5. This is Newmarket Rebels Baseball and the Valley Baseball League Network, and Rebels got to do something here or else it'll be lost in the 9th.
Sean Miller back out. Miller currently in line for the win. After
we did lose 1 in the 9th up at Woodstock after we had a 4-1 lead, so I'd like to change the fate here.
Yeah. Certainly don't want a deja vu moment this evening. And do have the heart of the order coming up. The number 3 batter, Giovanni Lorenzo. Lorenzo 0 for 3 tonight. Brady Haryu batting in the cleanup spot. Haryu 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of runs. And third baseman Hunter Hart, who has 2 strikeouts, a single, and a walk. All of these guys very capable of putting a big bat on the ball. So Lorenzo leading off here in the top of the 9th. Sean Miller going to look to continue his 8th inning strikeouts. First pitch away. Slider catches the outside corner. Strike 1 for Lorenzo. Pitch 2. Misses that time. Ball 1. Miller certainly gets a lot of movement on his pitches. missed that one. Ball 2. So 2-1 count for Lorenzo.
That got a lot of extra movement on it, but it was the catcher's glove helped.
Yes, it did. That one tried to break back and just kind of stuck in the right-hand batter's box and tipped off the glove of Aarons. Lorenzo goes down low to swing at that one. 2-2 count now for Giovanni Lorenzo. 5'10", 190-pound catcher from Florida. And nearly the same location as the first pitch that was called strike. Miller just misses the outside corner on that one. Full count now for Lorenzo. Certainly has to protect the plate. Swings at another breaking ball, and that is 4 strikeouts in a row for Sean Miller. So Brady Haryu coming up now, singled his last time up. Haryu looking to put the wood on the ball again. Takes first pitch strike inside.
Yeah, the only out that's recorded under Miller that wasn't a strikeout was Machado's grounder.
Yes, it was. And Haryu fouls that one off towards the home dugout. Yeah, so Miller has pitched 2 innings now and has 5 strikeouts. So has come in and gone to work. And dropped third strike. Haryu lost his focus a little bit. And that's going to be another strikeout. So make that 6 strikeouts and 5 in a row for Sean Miller. Hunter Hart coming up now. Dropped a single in over top of second base into very shallow center. His last time up.
Rebels' last chance.
Last chance, 2 outs. Miller steps off, shakes his arm loose a little bit. Misses inside with the first pitch. Ball 1. Miller going through his windup. That one was in the zone, and Hart fouled it off into the netting. Hart ready, 1-1 count. Miller's pitch away. Hart fouls that one off as well. 1-2 count now for Hart. And one more pitch could be the end of the Rebels this evening. Miller threw his windup. Fastball. Hart gets a piece of it. Chops it to the shortstop and can't outrun it, as the high throw over to first is going to be the final out. And Derek Orndorff stretched up to get that one. So in the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on, as Sean Miller retires 8 straight batters with 6 strikeouts and 2 ground outs to short to record the win.
He does get the win. Excellent work. And as again, the Cardinals got that winning run in the 9th, where I think Mr. Serrano was in there.
So Sean Miller getting the win for the Cardinals.
Yep.
And Edwin Serrano taking the unfortunate loss for the Rebels. your final line score for this evening's game. The Front Royal Cardinals scored 6 runs on 10 hits with no errors.
And 7 left on.
And 7 runners left on. And the Newmarket Rebels scored 5 runs on 7 hits with just 1 error. How many did we leave on? 8.
So let me just mention, Nathan, thank you. It's another unfortunate loss for the Rebels, who dropped to 1-3, and the Cardinals are now 2-3. And I think best bats, quick look for the Rebels. Valdez is 2 for 2 with his home run, and Kyle Decker was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. But there's Trey Fields for Front Royal, 4 for 5 with an RBI. So let me just say we will not be doing post-game interviews tonight. And again, the Rebels have a few things to work on, like not allowing a big inning outbreak by the opponents, and getting a little more consistent on middle pitching. Those observations, I say, it is still early in the season. We usually don't start worrying until kind of midway as far as the trends and stuff.
Well, hey, anything can happen, just like last year's.
Oh, yeah, we did have a
13-game
winning streak.
So
if we'd like to wrap this up by saying, on behalf of the Valley League Baseball League and the Rebels, we thank you for joining us tonight. We also want to thank our title sponsors who made this live stream possible. Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club selection, the New State Club, New Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. And Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a little late-night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheetz near you. Again, the Rebels host the Waynesboro Generals here tomorrow night, and there's extra interest in that because of who the Waynesboro Generals head coach is.